Welcome, guys and gals, to Show Us, Don't Tell Us here for another episode live on the L&M Radio Network. Glad to have you along for the ride. And the big topic for tonight are the celebrity deaths from 2016. Okay, so that's the big topic for tonight. And we'll hit them month by month, and we'll go from there. And we have, what's cool this week, due to sickness and all kinds of stuff going on, we have Michael Bejas. Luckily, this week, he wasn't with us last week, but fortunately he's with us this week. So I'm going to head over to Michael. Welcome back, Michael, and I hope things are looking better for you, man.
Yeah, we're on day 23 of it. I'm not sure what it is, but it is crawled inside me and decided to roost. So, but we have a great show tonight. I'm very excited about it. We've had a lot of celebrity deaths, so we're going to go over that stuff. But as always, I want to bring in. I tell you what, he just makes things go around, and I wish you guys both a happy New Year. But let's bring in Papa because he makes the world rock, man. So how about it, Papa Bear?
Hey, how are we doing tonight? Welcome to Show Us, Don't Tell Us. My goodness, my video is a little bit screwed up tonight, so just kind of bear with us in the video, if you would. We kind of got it, but anyway, outside the technical difficulties I'm having here, otherwise we seem to be all right. Tonight, yeah, we're going to be doing celebrity deaths and a little bit of what happened in 2016, and of course we know what a fiasco last year was, right? Does anybody remember last year?
Yeah, well, I noticed that 2013 actually was even worse than 2016, but yeah, we're going to go ahead.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you what, I forgot all about 2013, but you know what? I'm very happy to let 16 go because it just seems like it was a tough year all the way around. I mean, it just really, it's just a tough year.
A lot of stuff went down last year. A lot went down. I mean, thank God we had an election. And of course, that was a lot of it right there, the election. But, the highlights of this year. But it's been an eventful year, that's for sure. With the wars and this, that, and the other. Anyway. Oh, goodness. What a week. I'll tell you. But anyway, it's 2017. And we are approaching our 1 year point. Do you realize that? It's going to be a year here next month. It's unbelievable how fast time flies. Unreal.
Well, how much fun we've had too, and trying to bring good information out there, and how much fun we've had, and we're lucky because we've got all of us on here. We're very close,
right,
and we have a lot of fun with what we do, and we. I'll tell you what, I'm hoping for a great 2017 for everybody, and let's hope this is a year for change and a year for good things to happen. But my goodness, let's get right to it. I mean, Skills, you and Papa both have seen it. Let's start this thing off. We've had how many celebrity deaths have we had, and different things taken this year?
Oh my! I mean, you're talking almost 30 in January alone. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And I mean, a lot of them I don't even know. But I've got a list of celebrities here, or supposed celebrities, if you will. And a lot of these people I don't, there's quite a few I don't know. But there are other ones, if I don't know them, then either you or Skills would know them anyway. But,
read it off. Let's go, just out of curiosity.
Number one.
Number one. Go ahead, Skills. Pick it up.
Okay, as far as what I'm seeing is Robert Stigwood, entertainment manager, age 81. I'm not familiar with him at all.
I'm not either.
There's just so many to go through.
No, I'm not.
How about you, Michael?
No, I want to say he was a producer at one point, but I'm not sure. But even at 81, of course, you're going to have your natural attrition and different things like that. But this just seemed like the start of, it's just domino effect all the way down the line, all the way down. So let's
That's about
maybe
it.
Some of the listeners. yeah, let's move on to the next one. Let's see.
And next on the list is Nicholas Caldwell, musician at age 71. I'm be honest with you, surprisingly, I'm a musician, and so are you, Michael. And I'm not familiar with this guy either.
Have you heard of Nicholas Caldwell? Michael?
No,
You
no,
haven't?
no, I have not. And you know, which is usually Skills and I, you know, we listen to a lot of the same music and everything, and of course, you know, because
Right.
we hung out as kids, you know, so
Yeah.
we music was a thing for us. It really was. And
Right.
some of the names on here, I'm sure that a lot of people have a hard one trying to associate.
Right.
Okay.
Then there is Pat Harrington Jr., an actor, age 86. You got me on that one as well.
Pat Harrington, he was on One Day at a Time. Schneider,
One Day at a Time. Sure
Yeah.
was.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
Troy Shondell.
I
Never
was
heard of
on-
him.
All right.
Yeah, he was on there for years too. I mean,
He was.
years and years.
Yeah, he was 86. 86 years old. Are you
That's
familiar with
unbelievable.
Troy Shondell, who was a singer?
Now, was he part of the Shondells or no?
I doubt it, because they were women, weren't they? Way back.
I don't know.
I don't know. But anyway,
Age 76.
yeah, Kitty Callan, I don't know who she is. She was a singer. She was 94. Are you familiar with her,
Yeah,
Michael?
she's up there, man.
The name does ring a bell.
Kitty
I
Callan.
keep going back to old Christmas holiday music with her, but I could be way off. But
I see.
Christmas classic holiday music is what I go back to, like, you know, from way back when.
Right.
I'm thinking 60s, and you know,
Yeah. All
yeah,
right.
that's what keeps ringing through my head.
Okay.
You know, something just occurred to me, and
What's that?
and that is, before we continue on, this list that we have,
Uh-huh.
you know, a lot of people are probably thinking, I'm never going to even be on a list like this. No one's going to even know when we're gone.
I don't care. I really don't care. Nobody knew me before I
I
got
just
here.
thought
I
I'd
don't
have
care.
that right in there. I don't know why. Maybe it's this flu thing that's got me, and I'm thinking to myself,
Yeah.
wait a minute, man.
Yeah, I
Still,
have
you guys will know.
I have
you
no
guys
claim
can-
to fame, and I don't care if I'm remembered or not. I mean, it won't matter to me after I'm gone anyway.
that this is true.
Honestly, but that's just me. You know,
All
to
right.
each his own, right?
I got coffee. All right. All right.
Anyway,
Who's up next?
Angus Scrimm. He's an actor, age 89. I'm not familiar with Angus Scrimm. So we'll just move along, right? How's that?
Okay.
David Bowie. Everybody knows Bowie.
Yep.
He
That was kind of a surprise there. I you know.
He was 69. Didn't even reach 70. That's pretty young for the most part.
That's young. Yep.
It
that's
is. Yeah.
young. Incredible talent. You know, you go back and I mean, he defined a whole new way of rock and roll, and you go back, and I mean, just everything was so. It's almost like a drummer skills. You can appreciate it. One that plays offbeat, like Stuart Copeland, or you know, something to that effect. I mean, he just had some great music, and it was just one of those things that really stuck out.
Right.
Fantastic, you know, singer.
Right. Go ahead, Skills. Pick it up from there. Are you still with us, or are we alone here?
Yeah, we could be.
Oh my.
I know we. Yeah.
Well, then why don't I go ahead and do it then?
Yeah.
Who is this? David Margiles is an actor who was 78. I'm not familiar with David.
Nope.
Brian Medford, who's an actor, he was 80. I'm not familiar with him either. Alan Rickman. Alan Rickman was it Dumbledore? On Harry Potter? Okay.
Dumbledore. Hang on.
Dumbledore.
Something door.
The black-haired guy. Yeah, Dumbledore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dumbledore.
He was only
there we go.
69.
And that was kind of shocking too, because I'm not sure what that was, but that afflicted him, or if it was just right out of the blue.
Right.
Amazing. Always played a great villain.
Yes, he did.
I want to say he was in with Bruce Willis in one of the movies too.
Yeah. That
so
could
Die
be.
Hard. I believe it was
Right.
Die Hard.
Is that what it was? Die Hard?
Terrific actor. Yeah, I believe so.
My goodness, my video is
Yeah.
going real crazy here. I'm not sure why. And
Actually, yours got big.
I know what happened. Skills is like, for some reason, he's not here. That's what happened. Huh.
What did he do? Leave us?
Yeah, see, I've got a picture of you and then part of me here, but he got dropped out somehow. I'm not sure how that happened.
Yeah, he'll be
But,
back on.
Hopefully, yeah, he'll come right back in.
We'll put a.
Well, you're on
See
the
if he
phone,
will.
huh? That's why. You're on the cell phone because you've got the whole screen. I see. Okay, that's why it's different. All right. Okay.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, you're using your phone, I can tell. Normally on the computer the picture
Yeah.
is different. On the phone it takes up the whole screen. All right.
Well,
And let's see. I'm not sure. I don't know why it's not hooking him in here. It should be hooking him right in.
that's there.
And it's not doing it. Unbelievable. Here, let me answer him, and I'll call you right back. All right? I'll hook you back in. So, hey, listen, we got all separated here. All right. So I have to pull Michael back in with us because things aren't working the way they're supposed to.
Yeah,
Can you-
I
can
had
you
a
hear me
major
okay?
train wreck over here.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add Michael to this call here, and then I don't know why. See, there's something wrong with Skype. It's just not right anymore. Skype has just gone crazy for some reason. I don't know why. And of course, so did my feed. My video just went crazy too. So I don't know. Anyway, welcome back. And I'm trying to add Michael here, and I'm not sure it's working out just yet. Michael, are you back? Michael, are you back? I see him in here, but I don't hear him or anything. All right. Why don't we pick up where we left off? All right. And I'm sure he'll come in here in just a minute. Hopefully. Mike, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Ah, okay, good. Now I can hear you. All right. Where were we? Renee
just finished with
Angelil. Renee Angelil, singer, manager. I'm not familiar with him either. Age 73. Dan Haggerty. Everybody knows Dan Haggerty, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Grizzly Adams.
Yep,
can't-
Grizzly Adams.
You can't forget good old Grizzly Adams.
It's a
and
great show too. I mean,
He was
Great
74. Noreen Cochran. I don't know who she is. Are any of you guys familiar with her?
no,
No, not offhand.
No? All right. Pick up the next one, Skills. Go ahead.
Well, I I lost everything.
You did? Oh, all right. Well,
Yeah.
Glenn Fry is next on my list. Everybody knows Glenn. He's with the Eagles, right?
yes, yes.
Yeah. He was
again.
67.
Yeah, again, very very young. Just
Yeah.
some of these things just rolled, and
Yeah.
boy, that was a big one that hurt because you just love his stuff, don't you? I
Yeah.
mean, that just takes you right back to childhood, and I just love that stuff.
Absolutely. Abe Vigoda, Fish.
Fish.
From Barney
Yeah.
Miller. Yeah. He was 94.
Yeah.
Unreal.
He was a
Yeah.
classic.
He certainly
I
was.
loved it, with him and Bernice,
He always talked about
her
Bernice.
accent,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And
His face. He had that face that he didn't even have to say anything. You just started cracking up, especially in Barney Miller. I mean,
exactly.
when you think about
yeah.
the cast in that show, how well it was put together. I mean, I just laugh every time I see that.
Right.
Just unbelievable. Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful actor.
Yep.
Like Barney Miller, especially like Barney Miller. And speaking of Wojciechowicz, he's, yeah. But
Yeah.
and just that, just that look, that Barney would say, "Come on, guys, you can't handle this, really. You gotta put
Yeah.
it-
Yeah. Good old Wojo.
Okay, I'll consolidate. I'll consolidate this stuff.
Yeah. Right.
Oh yeah.
I
Good
mean,
show.
Barney was like, he literally had a police that the whole scenario. It's like, are you guys freaking kidding me? These,
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
hold up the
you had to
paperwork.
wonder.
You can't decipher this stuff on your own. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to do it.
Yeah.
And when you have a cast like that, especially with that group of people that they had, I don't know how they made it through any of the scenes without just cracking up the whole time.
Yeah, right.
Right.
I mean, that would just, unbelievable. What a greatly missed.
Oh yeah.
That was a that was a classic. That was the classic. Absolutely.
Good sitcom. Definitely will be, sorely missed.
Absolutely.
So who's next? I don't have my list in front of me.
Who's on first? Who's next? Paul Kantner, singer-songwriter. Never heard of him. Age 74. Somebody else may have. I don't get around too much. What can I say? So, where am I? Next one. Mike Miner. I'm not sure who he was. He was an actor. He died at age 75. And that closes up January.
That was quite the
unbelievable.
list. That was quite the list.
Oh yeah,
Just
yeah.
for January.
Just for January is quite a few.
Yeah, that was definitely the leapfrog type deal from that point, and that's a lot of people.
Yeah. I just want to let you guys know we got our cameras back, so I've got video again.
Oh.
And we're streaming
Very
again video, so that works out. All right. February, we've got Bob Elliott, who was a comedian. Does anybody remember Bob Elliott?
Didn't he have the black curly hair? If I recall correctly, I'm thinking.
That was Elliott Gould, I'm thinking.
Oh, Elliott Gould. Yep. Nope, you're right.
But
You're
nice
right.
try. This guy
Yeah,
was
right.
92. Whatever. Maurice White, a musician, a songwriter. And he died at 74. Joe Alasky. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but he took over for Warner Brothers for what's his name?
Mel Blanc.
Mel Blanc. He took over for Mel Blanc. He did the voice characters after Mel. Yeah, and he died at 63.
See, I wasn't aware of that. I figured the kid did.
Yeah. No, the guy's
I
name
was-
was-
The kid came along. The kid came along afterward with the Looney Tunes, but
Okay.
I know that Mel Blanc, when he did the majority of the characters and stuff, I think Bob Warner was still doing a lot of the different characters.
Yeah.
They were kind of working together, and then after Mel passed on,
Right.
then he took over from that point.
Yeah.
So
All right.
I always wondered what it would have been like at the Mel Blanc house, like on Thanksgiving, the old family get together. If him and the old
Yeah.
man went back and forth for a little.
Which family?
That would have been a
yeah.
Mel Blanc did so many
Either one.
voices. Which family? Let's see. Joe Dowell, who was a pop singer at age 76. A pop singer, really? What kind of pop can you sing at the age of 76? Oh my goodness. Anyway, or even going that far back.
Enough to get you on the list.
I guess so, huh?
Yeah, right.
And of course, the big one that everybody talks about to this day, still pretty much, Antonin Scalia, Supreme Court justice.
Right.
You know he was 79 when they took him out, and he was still going pretty strong. He was still working daily. I mean, he still had dark hair for the most part, you know.
Made some major decisions in this country. I mean, some major ones, big impact.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
George Gaines. He was an actor. He must have been an older actor because he was 98 when he passed away.
Yeah.
Vanity. Do you know who Vanity is? Was a singer. I guess she a bunch of her stuff was attributed, or she worked with Prince.
Yep.
She was 57.
Right.
She was 57. Go ahead, Skills. I'm going to take a break here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't have the
George,
list, man.
George Gaines. Mike, you got the list up?
Actually, I don't have the list up, but
okay.
I will say Vanity. She was working with Prince. If you go back to like Little Corvette and everything, the early stuff.
Right.
I believe she was
Red Corvette,
she was doing the early stuff.
Okay.
I don't know if she was doing the later on stuff, but
All right.
definitely there when they were first getting going. You know that when just a little note, because I know that name's going to come up. When they all first went on stage for the very first time, doing Little Red Corvette and everything, they were almost booed off the stage.
Oh yeah.
They did not have a great reception the very first time that Prince and them performed, and all of a sudden, a cultural thing just kind of caught on. The guy is amazing. She was amazing, but if you looked at the talent, it was just incredible. Just watching him play. There was a thing on earlier during the year where he was doing some jazz on a piano, and just goofing around. And I was watching. I was just completely dumbfounded at how talented this guy was. It was just really incredible. Just watching.
Yeah.
And just listening to him, just goofing around. And I mean, it was just wow, brilliant.
Right. Yeah.
Just incredible.
Not only that, but I mean, he donated a ton of money to different schooling adventures. I mean, a lot of money throughout the years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
but I think what he was pretty much based in, I believe it was Wisconsin, if I'm thinking correctly. I believe.
I think so.
Sure?
I think so. But I'm going to tell you, he wrote a lot of songs for a lot of different people and helped them produce it and do different things. I mean, just the things that he did. Some of these songs that these people had that made, just sold millions of copies and everything. Go back and look and see who wrote it. And a lot of it was Prince. And it was just incredible. I mean, just what he provided and has given to the music industry over the course of his time.
Right.
I'm going to tell you.
The next one here is Tom Mullica, who is a magician. I don't know if anybody's familiar with him. He was 68. Harper Lee, a novelist, at 89.
Yep.
You familiar with Harper Lee?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Wonderful author and writer. And if you go back and you look at some of the old things that Harper Lee did, I'm going to tell you.
Any titles?
Impact. Yeah.
You have any titles?
In the school.
In the school. So a lot of stuff was it was more for curricular activities and things like that.
They
some
utilize some just as a good read and different things, but yes, absolutely. So
okay.
Harper Lee definitely.
Harper Lee was 89. Yolanda Fox, who was a singer, 87. Never heard of that one. I don't know why. Any of you guys into country music at all? Do you remember? Do you remember?
Not really, but I do listen to it.
Sonny James. Sonny James was a country singer and songwriter. He died at 87. Lenny Baker, musician. He passed at 69. Yeah.
To Kill a Mockingbird. That I could is on the tip of my tongue,
Oh.
and I apologize, but yes, that was one of the reads that you had to do.
Yeah.
In school.
Yeah.
So, and as a matter of fact, I want to say that book, the original one, that thing sold for millions.
Really?
Oh yeah. That was huge. That was probably one of the biggest things that he was known for was To
Right.
Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah.
And it goes all the way back. I want to say to like 1960. 1960.
It was quite a ways
Is-
back.
is-
Yeah.
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 And it was a. I'm gonna look it up real quick, but it seems to me it was over a book over racism back then,
Right.
which also had helped change culture. Based in it's either Mississippi or Alabama, but I think I want to say. And Atticus Finch, played by Gregory Peck, I believe.
Yes. Gregory Peck.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you remember now?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Let's see. Tony Burton. He was an actor, age 78.
Age 78.
Yeah.
Yep.
George Kennedy. Come
No.
on.
Oh yeah, George.
Oh,
George.
yeah.
Back in the days of what was it?
He was a big man.
The
frickin',
spoofs.
oh,
The
good
spoofs.
heavens!
You could go
Well,
all the way
you-
back.
Well, he did the Great Train Robbery.
Towering Inferno, I believe. Towering Inferno.
Poseidon
what,
Adventure,
Airport.
I believe.
I think Airport.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Poseidon Adventure.
Yeah.
And then you get into the spoofs that had with as a matter of fact.
Well, you're talking about
Oh,
like Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Those
George was
were
91.
great.
George was
Wow.
91. Gil Hill, who was a police commander and an actor. I'm not familiar with him. He was 84. And God bless you, Mike. And that pretty much takes
Thank
care of February. Move us into
Wow.
March here, Skills. I'm sure you got that list in front of you.
Okay, leading into March, Joey Martin Feek, country music singer, songwriter, age 40.
Wow.
You got me on that one.
40. That's young. That's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
Good.
unreal.
Now, Nancy Reagan, of course, First Lady of U.S. 81 to 89, husband of the 40th President, Ronald Reagan, at age 94. She had been
Yes.
around for quite some time.
Yeah, I'm
Nick-
going to tell you, she's another one that you look at and you look as a presidential wife, and the things that
Yeah.
she did and accomplished within, not only the terms that the great, President Reagan did, but even afterward, how she so adored her husband, how, to go through everything that she went through with the Alzheimer's
Yeah.
and everything that he went through. Again, she, almost like royalty, when you see
Yep.
that. And what a terrific
Exactly.
lady, and absolutely should be, if everyone could rise to that level, that'd be wonderful.
It would be. It'd be awesome. We can only strive
then-
to be that good, right?
Yeah,
ahead.
absolutely.
And
Go
then
ahead.
next you have Sir George Martin, producer for the Beatles albums, age 90.
Sir George.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was a change of music. That was a beginning. Beatles coming over
the
from,
British
from
invasion.
England, and
Yeah, the British
The British
invasion.
invasion.
That was the opening of the British invasion.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, now the next guy, Robert Horton, actor, age 91. I don't recall him offhand, to be honest with you. I
don't
should
either.
know most of the older ones.
I don't
But
either.
now, all right, now this one's huge. Keith Emerson, he's
Emerson, Lake, and Palmer.
Yeah.
DLP.
Anybody who's into
Huge.
music
What's-
knows Keith Emerson.
Well, what's horrifying is there were 2 of the 3 members that were taken last year. The other one's Greg Lake. And
Yep.
He'll be coming up.
that was only about a month ago. All right.
Right. Yeah.
If you go back to that too, go back to a band that many people aren't even aware of, that have never heard of. Go back and take a look at the old King Crimson.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Oh,
I
yeah.
seen them in 1983 at Blossom. Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adrian Ballou and
Adrian Ballou.
Oh my.
Yeah, you had Adrian Ballou. Well, you had Tony Levin playing bass.
Absolutely.
You had Bill
Sergeant
Bill Bruford on
Bill
drums.
Bruford. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it was that was a band right there.
Oh, and Robert Fripp playing guitar as well, along with Adrian.
Absolutely.
Well, Robert
Yeah.
Fripp, he would always wear a suit. Then he would sit on a bench. He was always on a bench. Just one of those really reserved, if you could say, the kind of guy that was just kept to himself, like an introverted guy.
Yeah.
He just wore a suit, sat on that bench, man, and he just played guitar. You know,
He plays a lot. It's amazing. There's some great guitarists in the world, Paco de Lucia and stuff like that.
Oh,
It's
Paco de
effortless.
Lucia, Paco de Lucia,
yeah.
man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Unreal.
I mean, it's effortless, and if you watch him play, it's his calm, reserved demeanor, and he just destroys the strings, man.
Well, the three great guys on classical, Al Di Meola, Paco de Lucia, and John McLaughlin.
Al Di Meola.
Unbelievable. The 3 of them on stage.
And Johnny,
Unbelievable.
yes. I mean, if you watch them in a set playing together, which they've done, it absolutely incredible. I mean, it's just a sight, and it gives you a whole, and I'm a Stevie Ray Vaughan guy. Stevie Ray Vaughan could pick apart a guitar like crazy. Watch these 3 guys. Holy smokes. It's, and you see, Bonamassa,
Yeah.
he's another guy,
Yeah.
today that's out there, Joey, and incredible. And I love watching talent like that because they're just fun to watch. Just fun. Gives you a whole new appreciation of music.
Exactly.
But yeah, right, yeah.
So
Definitely.
moving along. Adrienne Corey, an actress, age 85. You got me.
Not a clue.
Yeah, no, not a clue.
All right, Frank Sinatra Jr., singer, age
Yes.
72.
Yeah.
That was shocking.
Yeah. No kidding. It's junior even. 72.
Blue Eyes Jr.
Imagine,
Yeah.
huh? Unreal.
Yeah, it's just. We're getting old, fellas.
Frankie's been gone for a while, right? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Part of the Rat Pack. Then Larry Drake, actor, age 66. Not sure about
I'm
him.
not familiar with Larry Drake. Not at all.
Sounds
Then
familiar. Name rings a
Paul
bell.
Paul Daniels, a magician, age 78.
No. Keep going.
Huh.
I'm not familiar with him.
Yeah. Then there's Joe Santos, age 84.
Joel Sand, another
Not sure about
actor,
him
but
either.
that I'm not familiar with.
All right. I'm froze. My screen's froze up. I can't walk.
All right, Peter Brown. He was an actor, aged 80. I'm not familiar with Peter Brown. I don't know if any of you two are. Rob Ford. Yeah, Rob Ford made a splash a couple of years ago when he was a politician and the mayor of Toronto. He was only 46 years old. But he was a big guy, and they caught him doing coke, and he's kind of got it upset the bandwagon. He had no problem doing that at all. And he, like I said, he was young. He was only 46 years old.
Wow.
Richard Bradford was an actor. Age of 81. Okay. Fife Dog, singer, age 45. This has got to be one of those rappers, I'm sure. Age 45, that's still young.
That's very young. Yes.
Here we go. This guy, you got to know. Joe Garagiola, baseball.
Oh yeah, Joe. Oh, old Joe.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
He was 90 when he
Yep.
passed away. Okay. Ken Howard was 71. I don't know who Ken Howard was. He was an actor. But the name does sound familiar, although, you know, I'm not really familiar. Earl Hamner Jr., who was a writer-producer, he was age 92. Gary Shandling. It's Gary Shandling's
Gary
show, right?
Shandling.
Yeah, he was only 66.
Yes.
You know, the only thing I really remember him doing was his own show, and it's like, where'd this guy come from? All of a sudden, out of nowhere, here's this Gary Shandling, and he's got his own show. It's like, well, I guess he came from somewhere. He must have, because. But anyway, Mother Angelica.
Oh, Gary's pretty good.
Wasn't Gary Shandling from Cleveland? I want to say.
I don't know.
I don't know. He was 66, still relatively young. Mother Angelica, she's a Franciscan nun. She was 92. James Noble, who's an actor, he was 94.
Wow.
And they put in this Ronnie Corbett, who was a comedian actor at age 85. I don't know who Ronnie Corbett is. That was not familiar. But that pretty much closes up March. Next on the list here is... What's that?
So we're a quarter of the way through it.
We're about a quarter of the way through.
Wasn't Patty Duke in there?
Well, we might get to her farther down the line, but I mean, we're only at March, so we've got another 9 months to go here. We've got a little ways.
Yeah, almost like a pregnancy, I tell you.
Yeah. April. In April, we had April 6th was Merle Haggard.
Oh, Haggard.
Yep, Merle Haggard. Yeah.
Everybody knows Merle Haggard.
Age 79. Ann Jackson. She passed away on the 12th. She was 90. Doris Roberts. Everybody loves Raymond, his mother. She was 90.
Oh, really?
She was 90, yeah.
Yeah.
Was she that old?
Yes.
No kidding.
Yep, she was
Oh, yeah,
90.
she was.
She kept her age pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're not kidding.
Oh, she was a pistol too.
Oh, yes, she was.
She pretty much defied as everybody's mother. You know what I'm saying?
Wasn't she on that 70s show?
She dominated. She dominated the
wasn't.
scene, man.
I'm sorry. I've seen her in so many shows in the past. It's crazy. There was a lot of them in the 70s, or in the 80s, actually. A lot of them in the 80s she was in. Sitcoms, you know, this kind of woman she was. She was a sitcom woman.
Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation.
She was.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Chevy Chase and that. Remember, she was in there too. She was great, man.
Yeah.
She was hilarious.
On the 20th, we lost Victoria Wood, who was an English comedian and actress. She was 62. Also on the same day, we lost China, who was the...
China, that was a big gal.
She was a wrestler. Yeah.
She was a big gal, China.
46 years old. She didn't even make it to 50. I'll tell you, she was pretty fit. But, yeah. Prince, we lost Prince at age 57 on the 21st. Yeah, we were just talking about
don't
Prince.
Forget, yep, and Gatto Barberini on April 2nd, by the way, which was the jazz saxophonist.
Oh, yeah?
83 years old. And, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I like jazz, so...
Right, yeah. That's fine. Hey, I got no problem with what you like. That's okay. Lonnie McIntosh, guitarist. He was age 74. Lonnie McIntosh, anybody? Nobody, huh?
Not offhand.
Madeline Sherwood.
Yep, I
was an actress. She passed at the age of 94. And Billy Paul, singer. He was 81. I've heard that name Billy Paul before, and I don't remember where. And I'm thinking he was a soloist, but I'm not sure. Anyway,
I don't know, man.
Huh.
we sailed through that one pretty quick. He was 81. And then let's go ahead and top off May here. We'll start off with May. William Schaller, who was an actor, he was 93. Not familiar. Julius LaRosa, who was a singer, 86. Morley Safer.
Now here
Now-
comes one of my favorite guys from back in the day on 60 Minutes.
You can't
I
say
had
you
a
don't
line
know
that's-
Morley Safer.
Right. I would use a line. Morally, how was it? Dan Rather would be morally safer. That was my line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan
Yeah,
Rather would be
84.
morally safer. Yeah.
Yeah.
84. 84. That's what it was.
He was
Oh,
84.
I'll tell you what.
He did CBS News for 52 years.
Absolutely.
The thing was, Sunday nights, man, Dad, I mean, when 60 Minutes came on, you didn't touch the dial. You were watching 60 Minutes.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
then after 60 Minutes came, Walt Disney at 7 o'clock? 60 Minutes, I believe, was on 6 o'clock on Sundays.
Yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure, unless I'm wrong, you guys, 7 o'clock came Walt Disney. And that was
Absolutely.
Sunday was family night.
Yep.
That's it. And then as a kid, you had to worry about having anxiety waking up for school on Monday morning. But 60 Minutes, oh yeah, man. And that was one of, actually, looking back at it, if I read this correctly, 60 Minutes was one of the shows that lasted throughout the years without a theme song. It was
Yep, that was it. It was the ticking of the clock. That was
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
with
I
the
think that was-
stopwatch.
Would
That's it.
would
Yeah,
Dan
it was.
Rather be morally safer?
Yeah, would
Yeah.
Dan Rather be more safer?
Yeah. There you go.
You had Harry Reasoner. Yeah,
Yeah.
you had those guys on there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Safer,
Yeah, grew up
Reasoner,
on-
Rather. Man, talk about all kinds of definitions there, huh?
Dope. Yeah. And then you had. Oh man. Did you ever notice? Oh my God. What was his name again, man? The sidekick. He used to drive my dad nuts. You know. Hey, did you ever notice? What the heck was his name again, man? 60 Minutes. Who I'm talking about?
Oh,
He had his
Andy
own
Rooney?
spot. Andy Rooney. Yep.
yeah.
Andy Rooney.
Yeah.
Ever notice? The old man's
Right.
like, oh, not this guy.
Alan Young. Alan Young was Wilbur on Mr. Ed.
Wow.
Yeah. He was 96.
Wow.
Okay. I mean, talk about, one of you guys is in black and whites, and then you never hear from him ever again for a long, 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 long time. Then all of a sudden he pops up this year. Hey, we lost Alan Young. And people are like, who's Alan Young?
You're
only
younger
time you
than my
ever-
father.
The only time you ever see the guy was in black and white shows, Brian Kwouk, Kwouk. He's an actor at age 85.
It's Bert. Bert Kwok.
Bert, I'm sorry.
Right.
Bert Kwouk.
Yeah, I don't know. You got me on that one.
Mike Barnett, who's a singer,
Age
Died-
89.
age 89, yeah. And then Patty Duke. Come on. You can't say you don't know
They're
Patty
just-
Duke.
They're just cousins. They're one of a kind.
Yeah. Yeah. Patty Duke. She was
Well,
married
she
she was married
she
to
was
John
married to-
Aston.
She was married to Aston. Yeah.
Yeah, John Aston. He was Adams, Gomez Adams on the original Adams Family.
Yep.
Yeah, and Patty was 69. She didn't make it too long either.
No, she was young.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Hey, we're moving along pretty quick here, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
But we've got a few coming up in June. We start off with Muhammad Ali on June 3rd.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
One of my childhood favorites, man. Dance like a
74.
butterfly, sting like a bee.
thing like the
Yep. Man, he
74.
was such a showman, man. He promoted himself with his I would like to classify it as almost like a like a polite arrogance
Yeah,
he carried,
yeah.
Yeah. And he worked it, man. He worked it. He knew how to work it.
Gordie Howe was a hockey player for the Detroit Red Wings.
hockey player. Absolutely brutal,
I
too.
can't-
Tough.
88, man. I can't believe it, man. Really?
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh.
Christina Grimmie, singer. Only 22 years old.
What happened there? Yeah, I'm not
22. I don't know what happened, but it's no wonder I don't recognize the name. Christina Grimmie. She's just so young. She would never made it in a. I would have never made it into her time frame. Is the way it works out there. Anyway, Michu Meszaros, an actor and circus performer, at the age of 76. All right. Ann Gilbert, actress, she was age 87. I don't know if you know Ann Gilbert or not.
Yeah, I've heard of Ann Gilbert.
I've heard the name before, but in a different
Mhm.
context. It was Melissa Sue, but something like that. But anyway, moving along.
Yeah, Pat Summit. Pat Summit passed away then. June 28th. Now, I don't know if you're
Well, we're not
familiar
down
with
there.
Are you familiar? Yeah.
We're not down there yet.
Where are we at?
We're not down there. Well, we're only on the 14th right now.
Oh, yeah.
We're at
Okay.
Ronnie Claire Edwards, actress is 83. Joe Cox, British Labour Party Member of Parliament, who was 41. I guess if you're Britain, you'd know who that is. Ron Lester, who was an actor, he passed at 45. A lot of these, like I said, a lot of these names I don't even know. Anton Yelchin, age 27. A lot of these people are young. Ralph Stanley, musician. You know Ralph Stanley? I figured you guys would be into music, names like this you might know.
The singer of "Oh Brother, We're Out Though" and Fame.
Yeah, I'm not sure of his history, but he was 89. He was no young man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark Rice was a songwriter. He was 82. Scotty Moore, guitarist, at age 84.
I'm not sure, man.
I'm not sure either. Buddy Ryan, NFL football coach, at 85.
Philadelphia Eagles at one point.
Yep, Philly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Philadelphia Eagles at one point.
Right. Yeah.
Didn't he also coach the Jets?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe
Buddy
so.
did. Yeah.
That's something about those.
I believe that might have been mid '80s.
Yeah, that's one thing about those guys.
Good coach.
They bounce from team to team. It's pretty weird.
Oh yeah.
Pat Summit, like you said, NCAA basketball coach. Now he was
She
only
was the winningest coach. She was the winningest coach in college basketball history with the Tennessee Volunteers, as a matter of fact.
Really?
A dynasty, and it was before UConn is now. All the time. I mean, she just in, year out. Her recruiting talent and everything else was just second to none.
Unreal.
She's incredible lady.
There's something about women that can really drive men to do what's got to be done. And the perfect example, I hate to put it this way, but I'm going to say slavery. Because what happened back with the slave owners is they'd have the women did the supervisory because the men didn't want to beat on the women, that's for sure. And I'll tell you, it wouldn't take long for a woman to beat on a man.
Boy.
That's why there are a lot of women that actually headed up their crews. And Pat was only 64.
Yeah, I think she was battling a type of cancer, and she went pretty quick.
A lot of that going around.
But
cancer stuff.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Oh. It's a shame that a lot of these individuals are not familiar with any of the holistics and forget chemotherapy and all that bull crap. That are not familiar with the potential holistics that cost like next to nothing because the pharmaceutical industry makes a ton of money off of sick people, not healthy people.
Yeah,
That's why they don't they don't want to tell you anything about that.
Yeah, day 23, I can attest to that. You know, they caught me down at the VA, and of course they had the cameras out and everything. Like, hey, you got to get your flu shot, support the troop. Yeah, I did it, and it worked. I got the flu, and I want to tell you both strains.
And that's the whole purpose.
I am now supporting the pharmaceutical company with the different antibiotics and everything else that I need in order to rid myself of this. But ask me if I'll ever do it again. I'll say, you got to be kidding me. I'll laugh at them and I'll say, no thanks.
I've never taken a flu shot and I want nothing to do with it. Believe me.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, we're doing pretty good. We're halfway through the year. We're halfway through the year already. It's not bad.
Right.
I tell you what. Why don't we go ahead and pull our break off here? What do you think?
Alrighty.
Yeah,
We'll take our break at the 6-month point, and we'll do that, and then we'll come back and we'll pick up in July. All right, you are listening to Show Us, Don't Tell Us on the LNM Radio Network. Come on over to the website, lnmradionetwork.com or latenightinthe.midlands.com. Click on that big red chat and listen button. Come on into the chat room. There's some really nice people in there. And if you can, it would be much appreciated. Click on that donate button or subscribe. You'll be able to get to the LNM archives, and there's 9 years of LNM archives there that you might be interested in. But anyway, and if you can't afford a subscription, just a small donation would work. Help keep LNM Radio on the air. We'll be back after these messages. You're listening to LNM Show Us, Don't Tell Us on the LNM Radio Network. Welcome back to Show Us, Don't Tell Us on the LNM Radio Network. I'm Papa Bear. And of course, we've got Skills and Mike. Welcome back, guys.
Thank you. We are back.
And we've been doing... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Glad to have all you back. You know, I poop better, I tell you. So now we lead into July. This is in regards to all of the individuals carry any type of entertainment. All right.
Okay. You're breaking up there.
I kind of caught that.
Yeah, we kind of
caught that.
You kind of broke up there. I'm not sure what happened.
All right.
I can hear you better now, yeah.
Yeah, breaking up is hard to do.
Can't be breaking up.
Right.
Breaking up is hard
On
to
the
do.
2nd of July, Michael Cimino, writer-director, age 77. I'm not really familiar with him.
Oscar-winning director of the Deer Hunter.
Oh,
Really?
If I am correct. Yes.
Deer Hunter, well, that's going back to what, Christopher Walken?
Yes. Yes.
Correct. Was De Niro in that? I'm trying to recall, man. That came out in, I think, 72, 73.
He was.
I mean, it was when Vietnam was still going on.
Uh-huh.
And that was pretty much based in Cleveland, wasn't it?
Was
I'm
it?
thinking correctly.
It was either Cleveland or New York.
Well, somebody fill me in if I'm wrong, and I'm thinking it was Cleveland.
It was Cleveland or New York. I'm not sure. I wanted to say it was New York, but I could be wrong.
I'm not familiar.
Okay, I'm thinking somebody correct me though. I'm just going off the top of my head, man. The Deer Hunter, yeah. And then on the man, you had 4 people on that day. Elie Wiesel, Jewish writer, politician, activist, age 87.
Holocaust survivor and Nobel laureate. Yep. Okay.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Huh. Well, I'm glad somebody's at the top of their game here because I'm overlooking some stuff.
No, awesome. Doing good, man. Doing good. Keep it up.
Yeah, there. You get the gold star, I tell you.
The gold star. Put it between his eyes or on the forehead there.
Yeah, right. Then
I've already got that.
Then there's Teddy Rooney. How you doing, Housey? He just texted me. Teddy Rooney, actor, musician, age 66. I'm not familiar with him.
No.
I'm not familiar with Teddy. I knew Mickey. Mickey.
Once
Rooney.
again, the people that just joined us, we're speaking about actors, actresses, anybody of any type of recognition that the public should be aware about that passed away in 2016. There you have it. Because I was just asked that.
It was
So that's the
funky.
topic. So then we move along to Carolyn Ahern, comedian, actress, age 52.
It's another
You guys
young
familiar
one.
with her?
Another young one.
No.
No?
Age 52. That's my age. That's not good.
Oh goodness, we're gonna have to say goodbye to you this year. No, probably
hey,
not.
You're on your own. Such
My
as I'll be
goodness.
on my own at that point.
Oh, I'm 7 years. I'm 5 years past that. So, anyway,
All right, now we have Noel
6 years.
Neal, actress, age 95.
I'm not
You
familiar
got
with
me.
Noel
I'm
Neal.
not a.
I'm surprised too, because I mean, a lot of the older actors and actresses I recall from my mom, because she was huge into that.
Right.
I mean, in the bathroom at our house, there was always the National Enquirer sitting on the garbage can. So when you're in there taking care of business, you went straight to the National Enquirer, man. That's the way it went. Oh yeah. And oh yeah, I was familiar with a lot of the old actresses and actors. Some of these here, you got me. Danny Smith, musician, age 67.
Danny Smith, boy, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, spelled
Jazz?
with a Y, like Smythe, but it'd be Smith, of course.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Right.
67.
And actually, that name could be Irish or English. It depends. But you don't want to screw that up, because if someone's Irish and you call them an Englishman with that last name, you might have a fight on your hands. Believe me. As
Obviously.
well. Yeah. Alrighty, and now on the 16th we have Bonnie Brown, musician, age 77.
Oh, we missed a couple though. What about Sidney Shanberg? That was July 9th.
Really?
Now, I don't know if you.
Oh,
Oh,
not-
no, no, go
ahead.
it's-
Go ahead.
What's not
If
on
you
my
go
list,
back
but
to
okay,
that
let's hear
one,
it.
you can go to he was a Pulitzer Prize winning correspondent for the New York Times. Now, if you remember, that goes all the way back to whose coverage was done. He did coverage in Cambodia in 1975, and it inspired the film The Killing Fields.
Huh.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he was 82. So
Huh.
that's
Cambodia, 1975. Same year Vietnam ended.
And who else do you
Yeah.
have before the
Yeah.
16th?
I believe that's it on that one.
That's it. Huh?
I think that was it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess now we're up to Gary Marshall.
Yep. See, Gary Marshall, he was an icon, period.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
In the industry.
Laverne and
Gary
Shirley.
Marshall.
Um,
Oh, yeah.
wasn't he married to
Didn't he-
Laverne Penny Phillips? Penny whatever.
Marshall.
Penny Marshall. Yeah, Gary Marshall, Penny
Yep,
Marshall.
Penny Marshall.
Well, Gary Marshall was, he was the old man.
Oh, he was her father.
He was
Penny
the
Marshall's
father.
daughter. The daughter.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Then you had
Well, that's
what,
right. She married
from
Rob
all the
Reiner.
family.
She
Marshall
married
Jr.
Rob Reiner. Yeah. Okay.
Rob Reiner. Right. See, now he was another icon too, Rob Reiner.
Yeah.
Big
He's
time.
still going.
Yes.
He embarrassed himself
Well, he
here
was
a
one
couple
of the
days
Rob
ago.
Reiner. Well, he's getting up there. I mean, and him and you take him and Mel Brooks. I mean, they all had the same mentality to put out pretty interesting stuff back in the 70s. Such as actually Rob Reiner, I believe, was the first one to produce. It was the Jeffersons, I believe. I mean, I'm going off on a tangent here a little bit.
Well, maybe.
But,
Yeah. Well, he was.
and-
Of course, he was Meathead. And he's upholding the
Yes.
name. He's doing
Yeah,
well.
but he was meathead on All in the Family.
Yeah.
Right.
But he's upholding the name pretty well. I've seen some
Yes.
some comments by him lately. Yeah, he's holding that name up pretty good.
If you wanted to laugh, that's the man.
Yeah.
Just don't be sipping your coffee at the same time, because he will. He'll put you in stitches.
Yeah.
You're right. Then there's Jerry Doyle, actor, age 60. Jerry Doyle.
I'm not familiar
I
with
know that
David.
name's familiar too.
Yeah. I remember David Doyle, but not Jerry. David Doyle was on Charlie's Angels. But Jerry Doyle, I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, well, he was Bosley on Charlie's Angels, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
right.
Well,
That was David, yeah. Yep.
Sure, that wasn't Brian Doyle?
Nope, that was David.
Was it? Okay.
Lot
Alrighty,
of- lot
now
of
we
Doyles,
move
huh?
on to. Yeah, a lot of beats Boyles. Then
Whoop.
you have Gloria D. Haven, actress, singer, age 91. You got me on that.
No.
Off the head of my-
I'll say actress singer must have been in the 40s.
Yeah,
Wow.
had to have been.
And you know a lot of the names that I'm sure if you saw the people, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. You know, it just, just doesn't hit you right off when you hear the names.
Right.
I'll tell you what, August is really going to be tough.
August is going to be a long one, huh?
I'm going to be completely speechless.
Yeah.
August 2nd, David Huddleston, actor, age 85.
I'm not familiar with David Huddleston.
David
All right.
Huddleston, actor, age 85. Then we go to Ricky Martin, entertainer, age 62.
Some of these names are pretty weird, I never heard of a lot of them.
Yeah, I'm surprised. They just, I don't know, they slipped through the cracks of my mind, or I just not terribly familiar. Then you have Pete Fountain, jazz musician, age 86.
Pete Fountain. I don't remember that one either.
Or
That one-
it might be Fontaine. I don't know. However,
It's Fontaine, I believe.
it might be.
Yeah, it might be.
I believe it's Fontaine. And going back, I want to say, I don't know if you're familiar. Do you remember old Spyro Gyra?
Yep.
Okay. I want to say at one
It was a jazz group.
point. Yes. But I want to say it was that type of jazz way back then. It wasn't.
Right.
It was more the new type of jazz than it was, the old. I could be way
Okay.
off. Who knows?
Huh. Okay.
It's okay to be way off, I tell you.
Yeah.
Now we have John Saunders, sports journalist, age 61. I do need news.
John Saunders. I'm not familiar. Next.
Then I don't know.
Glenn
Now we have
Yarbrough.
Glenn Yarbrough, singer, age 86. Perhaps you could tell us. Perhaps not.
Perhaps not.
We're coming up goose eggs.
I'm not the sports
Yes.
guy, so when it comes to sports stuff, you're probably asking the wrong guy unless it's somebody pretty popular.
Well, Glenn
you
Yarbrough,
know.
he's a singer. But all right.
All right.
Now we go to Alexis Arquette, actress, age
Okay.
47. Good heavens, she was young.
Another young one.
Okay, was that
Arquette.
Susan Arquette or whatever?
Alexis.
Yeah, it wasn't the whole family weren't they all actresses?
Could be.
There was two Arquettes, I remember.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to. She had to be one of the youngest ones. That's for sure.
Well, yeah. It would appear that way. Yeah.
Yeah, because a couple of them were popular for a while,
Right.
and they did some good movies and stuff, comedy movies and things. With Bruce Willis. As a matter of fact, one of them was in there, and I can't think of the life.
Huh.
Hang on, I'll tell you. The guy off of Friends, Chandler off of Friends, she was in a movie. One of the Arquettes was in a movie with him and Bruce Willis, and I can't remember the name of the movie, but I think that's one of the sisters.
Okay.
All right. Now we go to Alexis. All right.
Michael Richard?
Michael Richard. Yep. Chef, restaurateur. Yeah.
Chef and
Age
restaurateur at age 68. Unreal.
I asked my daughter that. She'll tell you exactly who he is.
Really?
Is she into that stuff?
Probably
Yeah.
even my oldest daughter.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
in culinary, so she'd know.
Yeah.
Right.
You have it. Then there's Kenny Baker, actor, age 81. Kenny Baker.
I don't know.
Ew.
I'm drawing a blank on that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the the Larry Curly and Mo show here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know who we
Welcome-
are talking about.
Welcome to the Clueless station. Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
Then on the 14th, Foovish Finkel, actor, age
Five-ish
93.
Finkel. I remember him, and I can picture him in my
Really?
head, but I can't.
Awesome, do it.
But I can't name anything he's been in. He was a little Jew guy, white hair, kind of plump. He was always in the comedies too. He was 93, but yeah, Five-ish Finkel. He was.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh God. He wasn't a real popular actor as far as the name goes, but you'd see him in a lot of stuff. That's the way he was. There was a few guys like that. What's his name there? The guy that did the advertisements for Hubba Bubblegum. Remember that guy? He was always in the westerns. You'd always see him there, but you'd never know who they were. They were off in the background, But he's one of them guys. Anyway.
How do you spell his name?
Fyvush. Five-ish.
Okay.
Yeah, Finkel.
Wow.
Yeah, Finkel. And yeah, like I said, he was kind of a short guy.
I know this guy. Hang on, I remember this guy.
There, yeah. You
we
see?
go.
Now, once you see the face, but it's hard to pick out what he was in. I don't know if you got a
Okay,
wiki
let's see.
page on him or anything like that, but
That's it. They do, and I'm pulling him up right now.
okay. Because I know if you said what he was in, a few of
Picket
them, he was
Fences, Boston Fences. Okay, let's
Yep,
see.
yep.
Let's-
okay.
Keep
Oh,
that guy was hilarious too.
He was.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
That's why I called him Little Jew Guy, because he seemed like a little Jew guy
Yeah.
to me. He always talked like he had that New York accent.
Fiddler on the Roof too.
Yeah.
What about
Okay.
that?
Okay.
How about that? And then
Really?
yep. He also starred in Boston Public, Nixon, The Serious Man. His early career, if you go and look, and as a matter of fact, his parents, he was in Brooklyn, New York,
Yeah.
European immigrants. He started
Oh.
acting when he was 9 years old.
Wow.
So,
He just
Wow.
never made it big. He was always a good secondary guy, the
He was
background
so
guy. The
he
cameo.
was, he was
Yes, I was
the classic.
so
He
rich.
was a lead actor in Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh,
How about that? How about that? And also, he continued his theater work, portraying store owner of Mr. Mushnick in the off-Broadway production of Little Shop of Horrors. How about that?
Yeah. He's had quite the career.
Always, yeah. He's had
Yeah.
unbelievable.
93. So he had a pretty
Yeah.
good life ahead of him, or behind him there. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
All right, let's pick it up
And
from five.
next we have on the 16th, Mr. John McLaughlin, television host, age 89. I don't know if that was a European spiel or what.
John McLaughlin,
That's a new one.
the host, huh? Kind of makes you wonder, what show do they host?
Television
you know
host.
What I mean? There aren't many shows that have
that's Mike.
hosts. But
Michael, you want to look that up.
yeah,
I'm checking right now.
John McLaughlin.
yeah.
Just the way you always
89
spell
years old.
his
He,
name.
he lived a good long life. It appears as though he did anyway.
Right.
But he's got that Irish name, you know, McLaughlin.
Let's see.
Or,
Here we go.
Spelled just like the John McLaughlin, a musician we know.
Right.
Spelled the same.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, political party, he was Democratic and then went Republican.
Hey, that sounds like Trump and Reagan.
Who doesn't do that?
Personality and political commentator. Yeah, don't you remember the McLaughlin group or the McLaughlin group? Do you remember that?
No.
Do you remember that show that was on the McLaughlin group?
Nope.
Okay. Well, they had a group on. It was a political group, and it was on TV, and he had a bunch of hosts on there that would get into it. And of course, he always started off and everything like that. And it was the called the McLaughlin group, or McLaughlin, however you say it, group. And
McLaughlin.
you know, they went through all kinds of. Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty, moving right along. Number
Next.
17 of that month, 17th. James Woolley, musician, age 49.
49.
Hmm.
Wow.
James Woolley.
Huh.
Wolley.
Yeah. No, I'm not
I don't know,
familiar. Then again, you know, you guys are the musician.
James Woolley, if memory serves me right, was part of 9 Inch Nails.
Was he?
9 Inch Nails? I
Really?
believe so. Hang on. Let me look him up.
Because 9 Inch
Yeah,
Nails.
American keyboard and synthesizer for 9 Inch Nails and Lollapalooza, the tour.
Lollapalooza.
And let's see. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. That's the one.
Okay. He was a major collaborator along with the former 9 Inch with the drummer Chris Verena.
Oh.
And
Well, there, now we know.
I don't know. Yeah, I knew that name was ringing a little bit of a bell
There you go.
inside my brain. All right, next.
Yeah. Next.
On the 19th, Jack Riley, an actor.
Jack Riley.
No, I think it's Jack Riley.
Now he was 80, so we'll get you in the right age frame, you know, in the right decade here. He was 80 years old, so.
Okay, he was on the Bob Newhart show.
The Bob
Oh,
Newhart.
okay.
He played Elliot Carlin.
All right, yeah, that's right.
The psychiatrist?
Yeah.
Newhart,
okay.
That's right. Yes.
The psychiatrist?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well, he was on the original Bob Newhart show.
Right,
Yes, he
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
That's why I said the
Yeah.
psychiatrist, because they didn't have one at the
Yeah,
end.
with Suzanne Plachette.
Yeah.
And the whole gang.
Yeah.
The
If I
original
remember
gang.
correctly,
Right.
he was born in Cleveland, Ohio, too.
Really?
So, yes.
Yeah, that's
Hang on.
right. That's right.
Let me look
Okay.
Let me look him up. Hang on.
I don't know what high school he went to.
Let's look him up. Unreal.
Of course, being from
So,
Cleveland,
yeah, that guy was
just
a
Mike
trip.
and I.
You know what? He was off the Bob Newhart show. He was born in Cleveland, Ohio, and he was a regular in Mel Brooks' film actor, and he was 80. Yeah, see, they were good friends, too. There you go. All those people.
Yeah.
You know, it was
Well, it's a whole network. And
yeah,
the whole
absolutely.
network.
Unreal.
And he also did the voices off of Rugrats. How about that?
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
I only know
There
who
you have
Jack Riley is.
Nice job, Michael.
80 years old.
Yeah. Some of the names I hit me and I remember, and then they just like logged in there somewhere. But okay, next.
Okay. Next.
Yeah. Merely have to dig them out. On the 23rd, okay, we have one here. Stephen Hill, actor, age 94.
Stephen Hill.
I don't know who that is, so I'm going to look him up.
I'm not
Hang on.
familiar with
Okay.
Stephen Hill either. Could be one of those guys, you know what I mean? You know who he
Yeah,
is,
you got me,
but
man.
you got to ring the bell. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
Like the same thing we just went through here with Riley. Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course the other ones
Right.
too. Fivers.
Yeah, I'm not finding anyone from him
All right.
unless he's
Yeah, Stephen Hill. He spelled it a V anyway. But he was 94, so I imagine if he was an actor, he was. Then again, but it's hard to say because Flavish Finkel. I mean, we knew him pretty recently too.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Now on the 25th we have Gene
Oh.
Martin, who was a model.
Oh, there it is. I found
Let's
him.
hear it.
I found him.
You found him.
Okay.
Okay, what do you got?
He was the American actor in better known roles, a district attorney and the drama Law and Order.
Law and Order.
Okay. He was the guy who played the district attorney off of Law and Order. How about that?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, picture.
Well.
Yeah.
All right, so once again we move along to Gene Martin, model, age 89.
Gene Martin.
I don't know.
I don't know. 89-year-old model.
Well,
All
here's
right.
some previous years there, but yeah,
Yeah.
there you have it.
Yeah, it's a classic model now.
Yeah.
And then some.
Oldie but a
Otherwise, now we go to the 25th. Marvin Kaplan, actor, age 89.
Why does that name sound familiar?
Marvin Kaplan.
Marvin Kaplan. Kaplan. Why does that name sound familiar?
Yep. I don't know.
Not like.
because
Pardon me.
if you go back, Marvin Kaplan. I'm trying to think here. Let me see. I'm going to look. Hang on.
All right. It's
And
not
I
like
believe that's Kaplan with a K.
with a K. Yeah. It
K.
wasn't. Yeah. It
Right.
wasn't. Not like Gabe. You know.
Gabe Kaplan, yeah, from Welcome.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
No, but it seems to me. Okay, if you go, what was that show called? The guy with the cook and it had the two women in it.
Huh?
Grits up your, stick it up your thing, or kiss my grits or whatever. Hang on.
Oh, Flo.
Was
Flo.
Flow? Okay.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Oh, that
Oh, wait a
was,
minute. Wait a
Alice.
minute. Are you thinking of the guy from?
Alice?
No. The guy. Oh goodness. I'm thinking. Three's Company. Larry.
Yeah. Well, I was
Was
thinking
that him?
Mr. Roper, but yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Larry, the dark-haired guy that used to hang
Right.
out with John Ritter.
No, because Larry
called
would have been
Regal
John
Beagle.
Ritter's age. He'd be maybe 60.
Yeah, I'm thinking this guy wouldn't be that old either. I don't know.
No, I think this guy had.
Anyway,
Okay.
let's why don't we just move along to the next one, and because we've only got 2 more at the end of the month, and we'll be a while on the last one. I'm sure.
Oh, the last one of the month. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's going to take
Yeah.
a bit. Old Gene.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, buddy. That everybody's familiar with him.
Anyway, Juan Gabriel, musician, 66 years old. Juan Gabriel. See, you guys, the musician guys, between the musicians and the sports. Now, if the other Mike from Second Life, if he was in here, Laser, if he was in here, he'd know exactly these guys. He's pretty good at that stuff.
Oh yeah. I guarantee Michael would. Laser.
Oh yeah, big time. Anyway, Juan Gabriel was 66 years old. And then let's go ahead and finish off the month here. Go
Here
ahead.
comes our guy, Gene
Oh, yeah.
Wilder, 83.
Oh.
Gene was awesome.
Gene
He was
Wilder.
my
awesome.
goodness.
Married to Gilda Radner years ago.
I mean,
That's
Yes, off of
Gilda
Saturday
Radner
Night
from
Live.
SNL.
and we
Yep,
we
and,
still see his picture in Facebook
Wonka.
every damn day. Willy Wonka. Yep.
You got Willy Wonka, and then if you go back, if you
Young
go back to
Frankenstein.
the Mel
Oh, yeah.
Brooks, Young
Mel Brooks.
Frankenstein,
Mhm.
Blazing Saddles, man. Mel Brooks.
and Blazing Saddles. Yep.
Yeah.
Young
Hi,
Frankenstein.
boys.
Matter of fact,
Oh,
in there, what's his name? Marty Feldman was in there with him,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and of course Marty had. I want to say it was thyroid problems or something, so his eyes were really big. He
Right.
had those really wild
down.
eyes.
Yep.
And
What's
those
the name?
two together.
What's the name of that show he did with Richard Pryor?
Oh, yeah, that was the other
Crazy?
Broke out of prison.
Stir
They both
Crazy?
got-
Stir
Stir
Crazy.
Stir
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah.
That's it. They made him up to look black.
That's right.
Oh man,
That's right.
that guy was
Hilarious.
something. And we lost Gilda way before that, but they were quite the pair, that's
Yes.
for sure.
I wonder how they were as a couple. If you just merely just hung out with them for a little bit, because
Oh man,
they were both comical.
I'll bet hanging out
Yeah,
with them
no.
was a trip.
It's still soothing to me listening. Listening. Go ahead.
Ah, okay.
Go on.
All right.
Try to get it
Yeah,
out.
well, no,
if you
he's-
go on back.
Go ahead. He's a little weepy-eyed right
Yeah.
now. We'll let him pull out of this. Anyway, yeah, Gene
No,
was.
Gene's song, on Willy Wonka,
Yeah,
the classic. You know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah, he was quite the guy.
He
All
put his
right,
heart and soul into that movie.
Right.
he did.
I mean, he put his heart and soul into it, and it was one of those movies that it wasn't just a great movie for the family, but it taught so many lessons that really need to be retaught today.
Yeah.
And if you go back and you look at it, and you look at the different things with the different characters in it, and you find that one good kid that was in there that had the good heart, at the end, the honesty that came out, but there, and the rest of them that were good kids, they were just kids, but he brought out all those different aspects along in that whole movie, and
I'll tell you.
Well, most of them, they were spoiled kids, man.
Yeah,
Yes.
Frickin' brats.
you don't have actors like him
Self-centered.
anymore. I mean, the guy was really good at acting.
Yeah.
I mean,
every role he played.
all I can think of is John Denver. Everybody says, "Oh, he can't act. He can't act." And there's a certain feel you get for acting. You know what I mean? Acting doesn't just happen. I mean, not that I know
John
of anyway.
Denver?
Not that I know of
Denver?
anyway. I mean, you have John Denver.
Okay.
Rocky Mountain High.
The artist.
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
Yeah, the guy that they said couldn't act for squat because he seemed like he had to stick up his butt all the time or something. Or but that's what made him who he was. I don't know.
Actually, he wasn't a bad actor. I got to tell you. I mean, he wasn't. There, some things, but I mean,
Yeah,
I want to say he was in Oh God. Was it Oh God?
yes. Oh God and Oh
Yeah, I
God Book
think so.
2.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah.
Joe?
Okay.
Yeah.
And he didn't do a bad job. I'm sorry. The movie made it was a hit.
Well, no, he was,
And it certainly he was a good actor.
yeah. I think he was a better musician than an actor, though. Because I mean,
Sure.
it's one of those things. I mean, if you're acting with lines, he's not the type that could deliver a punchline great. You know what I mean? He wasn't a good script reader, but he was good off the cuff.
He's multi-talented.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
when I consider and I look at good actors today, and you're really, really good actors. And I have everyone, I guess, has their own favorite. I look at Sean Penn. You could throw him in anything, and for some reason he comes out on top.
Right.
He's probably one of the best actors that I've. You just see that guy, and he's just fantastic. And I get a kick out of watching him because it's just like Mystic River has always been one of my favorite movies. I mean, when I look at what he's done in there, it's just incredible. But there's a few good ones. And John Denver, he maybe doesn't fit quite into that category, but
Yeah, but he was a musician.
Still.
I think what happened was they
Yeah.
got pulled into it, which is still, I mean, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think he got pulled into it, and or he wanted it but wasn't, I don't know. He wasn't your regular actor. And there were a lot of people that did make comments about him and said he couldn't act, is what it was. But We get a call coming in from Ira. And I can't take you, Ira. I'm really sorry because it won't. You know how Skype is these days? And Skype is. I've got to do something different. I've got to do something, even if it's wrong, I guess. I don't know. But we can't take calls because Skype is being Skype ever since Microsoft took it over. It hasn't been the same.
You call in on the hard line.
Pardon me?
Can you call in on the hard line?
On the hard line?
Well, whatever, the non-Skype line.
No,
Yeah.
we don't have a
house
non-Skype line.
Oh, okay. I thought we did. I thought we had like a 216 number
No,
or something.
no, we don't have a non-Skype line. Skype is all we have for incoming calls.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, that's what we have. But anyway.
Well, there it is.
All right. Are we ready
Unless I
to?
pull myself out and let Ira jump in, whatever.
No. Well, I can't merge him into the call. I can't add him. So, but you know what I can do? It's going to mess up my my video a little bit. But what I can do is I can go ahead and I can bring him in. Why don't we go ahead and bring him in? Because Ira is Ira's valuable input here, and we always like what Ira has to say.
There we go.
Ira, welcome to Show Us, Don't Tell Us.
Hello, guys.
Welcome, Ira. See, that worked. We're good.
Yeah, we
I
can.
am
your brother.
I am back. I am alive. I am here. You guys were talking about John Denver there. What it reminded me of was Kenny Rogers. He was another one that was a better musician than an actor,
Right, little Kenny. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the biggest
There you
thing
go.
that Kenny regretted was getting facial surgery. Oh, man.
You got
Yeah.
facial surgery?
Yeah, and then he regretted it because he was like just his face is like stuck.
Yeah.
You want a
Really?
face that's stuck, it doesn't move?
Yeah.
Ask Kenny about it.
Really? Huh?
Yeah.
You gotta know when to fold them. You gotta know when to walk away, know when to run.
Yeah.
Stay away from
and know
freaking
when those
plastic surgeons.
and know when those crow's feet are appropriate to let leave in place.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No Botox.
So-
No Botox.
One of the things I would toss out to you as well is we'll talk about it after the show. I do have an option for you. We now have a new call-in number for the entire network that we can make use of.
I kind of knew
And,
that's why
Oh.
you're calling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody can use it. All the live hosts, we're going to make it available for everybody to make use of. So we'll gab after the show about that one, but
Wonderful.
it'll save these Skype problems. So
Awesome.
Yeah, very
awesome.
good.
Yeah.
We won't have video chat, will we? Or will we?
I do believe video chat is available on there as well.
Okay.
But if not, you guys can still do it through Skype and just mute the Skype. So
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Skype
yeah.
likes to mute itself.
Well, yeah, but
sometimes,
Skype
so
likes
it wasn't
to-
that perfect.
Skype is Skype, I mean, even the video
Yeah.
isn't that great
it's a
anymore.
royal pain.
Oh,
There's a mind of its
no.
own.
No, not Skype.
It's a Microshaft product. So what do you expect, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
the parody of itself.
Don't-
Yeah. You've been micro shafted, you don't even know it. Oh, goodness.
Anyways, I
Anyway.
just had to toss in the Kenny Rogers there to you guys, and
No,
I'll
it's
let you
fine.
go. But there's so many that were lost this past year, and I haven't been able to listen, unfortunately, up to this point because we were very distracted in AFK tonight. But
Yeah.
what was it? About 145 total. I mean, I called 2016 the year of slaughter for a reason. There were many celebrities that got sacrificed this year for sure.
I guess 2013 was really high.
Well, we hit a record with this year because the previous year that one had 90 by the time everybody was said and done, and we hit 90 actually in something like March or June of this year.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, I saw a list
Yeah, it was
that said
brutal.
71 or 72, and that doesn't include a lot of people that are on this list here. So I imagine it's and there could be some from that other list that aren't on here either.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I've seen all of them on here. It's done pretty good.
It was a pretty horrible year for celebrities, that's
Yes,
for sure.
it was.
I would say that the Oscars this year are going to be just nothing but one big eulogy. You know how they always have the actors that passed away in the previous year. That's all that the show's going to be. It's just going to be
That's
one
going to be
big
the whole
eulogy
show
for everybody.
The, the way we went last year, it'll be the whole show. Yeah.
Yep. Anyways, I'll let you guys go. But great show tonight, guys. Keep safe and have
Thanks,
fun.
Ira.
All right.
Bye,
Take care, brother.
Have a wonderful New Year, brother. Have a
Thank you.
wonderful.
You too, guys.
Thanks for joining us. Happy New Year. And
Well, that went well.
yes, it did. It went fairly well. Yeah.
I'm
And
impressed
all
that time.
right, we're back at it here. Somewhere back at it.
September
September is
September
where
1st.
we're at.
September 1st.
Okay.
John Polito, actor, age 65.
John Polito. Not a clue. Not a
Hang
clue.
on, let me see.
John,
Spell it out.
Jon, Polito, Jon, Polito.
Polito.
Yep.
Almost like Politico without the IC. Yeah. I see, he said. Anyway, John Polito, 65. I don't know if you got anything on him or not.
Anything,
No,
Mike?
I must be spelling it wrong. Spell the last name again.
P-O-L.
Polito.
Polito.
Oh, that's why.
Polito.
Maybe that's why. You didn't spell it like Pelosi.
They
or
might have
anything.
something to do with it.
Oh, yeah, this guy.
Well,
Okay.
really? Let's hear it. Mike.
Okay.
All right.
Come on.
Go
Okay.
to
We have Mars in a cornfield. Let's hear it.
I like this. This is good.
the. If you see this guy's, if you see his face, then you know right away. Okay, let's see here. He was, first of all, he was in Crime Story, The Rocketeer. Do you remember the bad guy in The Rocketeer, the mob guy? He was the mob guy in The Rocketeer. He also did the first season of Crime Story, The Crow, The Gangster Squad, Coen Brothers, Miller's Crossing, Barton Fink, The Big Lebowski. Remember The Big Lebowski?
The
Yep.
Big Lebowski.
Yep, he
Yep.
was in there too. So,
Well, which guy was he?
he was.
He was.
Because you had the three of them for main characters.
Right.
Well, I mean, Jeff Bridges was in there. So, of
The
course,
dude.
Yeah.
Called the dude.
We lost him on September 1st, very first day of the month.
Yeah.
And then,
I'm not seeing that here. Where?
Let's go ahead and keep on moseying through the list here. Well, we're just in
Alrighty.
September, so we've got
Now, September 6th, Hugh O'Brien, actor, age 91.
Hugh O'Brien.
Hugh O'Brien.
I like looking some of these guys up here.
You do, huh?
There you go.
We'll spell O'Brien with an A. Okay.
Yeah.
Just so that,
Yeah.
just so you know, 91. He had to be another one of those guys that you know the face if
Western.
you see it. You know.
Yeah, he's a Western. I'm going to say the life and legend of Wyatt Earp. Okay, hang on here. Yeah, Wyatt Earp. He
Okay.
was the actor who played Wyatt Earp.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Probably amongst other things, but yes.
On the 9th was James Stacy, an actor, age 79. And, of course, that doesn't ring a bell with me.
Nope.
And I haven't heard any comments from anybody who says, oh, yeah, I know who that is. But, no, James Stacy, he passed away on the 9th. There's a lot of them here.
Now,
I mean, what's that, Mike?
James Stacy, I believe James Stacy was Something Wicked Comes This Way. Let me think here.
All right.
Huh.
If you saw his face, you'd know him right away. I mean,
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
yes. And it's, oh my gosh, he was hit by a drunk driver while driving his motorcycle.
Oh, my.
That was
Wow.
back in 73. And that was
Yep.
back in 73. I didn't know that.
Yeah, right. Well, 79 was when he passed, but Well, I'm sorry, 79 years old.
He
But
was
73 he got hit? Back in 73 he got hit on a
Mhm.
bike?
Mhm.
Unreal.
Yes. He was in Just a Little Inconvenience, and then which was about a Vietnam War veteran.
Uh-huh.
Let's see what
Okay.
else. Lancer. I don't know if you remember Lancer or not. Boy, that goes way.
The only thing I know of
back.
Lancer was a car made by Chrysler. The Dodge Lancer.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was a Plymouth. I guess it depends on what year it was, right?
Mopar.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and move along. There's going to be a bunch of these we don't know anyway, so
Right.
I'm sure.
Oh, 10 Little Indians too. There you go.
Okay.
And the Shootist. There you go. Yeah. Stuff like
Okay.
that.
All right.
And number 17th.
On the
17th.
17th.
Charmian Carr, actress, age 73. Charmian Carr.
I don't know how that's spelled.
Carr.
That's okay.
Charmian. Charmian. Carr. Car.
I'm 73 years old. You know, even in your 70s, I think it's still pretty young to be passing away. You should be at least in your 80s. You know.
Right.
But that's my opinion. I mean, I lost my father at 71, and I didn't think I had enough time.
Oh,
So-
okay. She was in The Sound of Music. She was the oldest daughter of the Van Trapp daughters.
Oh,
In
really?
The Sound of Music. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I remember seeing that when it came out live in the theaters, man.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
The hills are alive.
Yeah. All right.
Now on the 24th, there's Bill Nunn, actor. Bill Nunn.
63.
63.
It's still pretty young. 63.
And
My brother's 67.
Okay. Bill Nunn. Okay.
Yeah.
If you read, oh, and that's a shame too, because he was a great actor. I don't know. It's Bill Nunn the third, just so that you know. Okay, but he's been in a bunch of different things and his roles, and here we go. And he's been in some comedies too. So
Okay.
let's see. The Amazing Spider-Man. He worked at the Daily Bugle, if you remember that. He was the he's African American. He worked at there. He also the Hitman in Tombstone. And let's see. And of course, that was Stan Lee, but I'm trying to think what other ones he did too. He did. I want to say he was in Daredevil, but I can't remember if he was or if he wasn't.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Now, on the 25th, we have Gene Shepard, singer-songwriter, age 82.
Okay. That's Gene with a J.
Gene Shepard.
Yeah. Gene Shepard. And, like I said, you guys are the musicians, musicians, sports guys, all that. I mean,
American honky tonk, singers, which she was, but I have not a clue. Not a clue.
all right. All right. The next one, 3 people we lost on the 25th. Unreal.
Yep.
Go ahead, hit us with it.
Jose Fernandez, baseball player for the Miami Marlins, and he was
Yes.
out with a couple of his buddies boating. All right, now this
Yeah.
this pitchers and boats in Florida don't go together, because like Steve Olin from the Indians back in '93, if I recall this correctly, those guys they just man they go out there and they party,
Yeah.
and I don't know who's running the frickin' boat. But, I mean, Olin and a couple of the boys were decapitated back in '93. And Jose Fernandez and, the crew was out. They were out doing their thing. And, yeah, well.
They hit something, right?
Yeah, well, boats and water and doing your thing, not a good
He was
combination.
only 24 years old.
Yeah.
Very young.
Yep. Yeah, I recall this rather well.
And
Since, I'm a baseball guy,
right.
obviously.
And the third guy we lost on the 25th was Arnold Palmer, the golfer.
Yeah, well, that's he was a household name.
He was 87.
Arnold Palmer.
I remember the joke about Arnold Palmer. It was like, remember way back when you could get a tank full of gas for $20, right? Well, he goes and he fills up his card, and the attendant says it's $20 in change. So he gives him a $20 bill, and he reaches in his pocket to pull out some change, and he has these two golf tees. And he says, the attendant says, "What are those?" And Arnold says, "Well, they're tees." And he says, "What are they for?" He says, "Well, you hit the balls on them when you drive them." And the kid says, "Wow, what'll Cadillac think of next?" Anyway, he was 87. And
well, I mean, is that part of like the Johnny Carson thing? Was it his wife that was on Johnny Carson? Arnold Palmer's wife, or
it might have been.
His.
It might have been.
Where Johnny had asked, actually it led to a lawsuit. I hope I'm not telling the story wrong, or I have the right individuals, but and Johnny had asked, what do you do to give him good luck? And she had mentioned she kisses his balls, and he says, "Well, I bet you that really makes his putter stand up."
There you go. Yes,
and
I remember that.
He got sued over that.
Yeah, and I imagine he would. Yeah, but he was like that. That was Johnny, just the way Johnny was.
Yeah.
No,
poor like
Johnny, he got sued over everything. He got sued for over all his wives. I mean, that's why
his old lady took his ass to the cleaners, man. Yeah.
Which one?
Right. Plural.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Good heavens.
Anyway. And
they used to say he paid more alimony than there were letters in the word alimony.
Yeah, well, there's only one L, but anyway. Well, how many letters? Yeah, okay. All right. On the 28th was Shimon Peres, 93. You know who Shimon Peres is?
Nope.
He was one of the statesmen in Israel.
Okay.
If you're familiar. Before Netanyahu, of course. But
all right.
He was 93 years old. We lost him on the 28th. And that's pretty much all we have for September. October was a short month. Very short month for October. Go ahead, man. Pick it up.
October 12th, Thomas Ford, actor, age 52. Thomas Ford.
Wait a minute.
Thomas Ford. And, and...
That was very familiar, so...
It does sound familiar to you? Because a
lot
of
Thomas Ford, not Harrison Ford.
Yeah. Right.
No,
right.
Thomas Ford, African American actor, if I'm correct. And I'm trying to think.
Was he related to Gerald?
He couldn't stand on his own two feet.
Let's Stay Together, Kendall, Florida. Let's see what else. Oh wow, he had an aneurysm.
52, another young one.
Yeah. Sitcom Martin. He played on Martin.
On Martin.
Too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Good enough. And
now, on the 21st, you have Kevin Meaney, comedian, age 60.
Kevin Meaney.
What? Spell his last name? What is it?
Meaney.
Kevin Meaney. It does sound familiar, and I don't know why. And I'm sure it's another one of those things, where, hey, his face rings a bell. Right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you've heard that one.
Yeah, he's a stand-up comedian. He worked Carnegie Hall.
Carnegie Hall,
yeah. But
okay. So he's more of a traveling type of comedian more than television.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, his face rings a bell, Papa. That's joke number 41. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
We're well aware of that. Of course,
Okay.
that's an insight.
Now, I will say this. It does have them on here because I went ahead and looked them up.
Yeah.
Let's see. For the voiceovers and The Brave Little Toaster. I don't know if you remember what that is, but that was a little comedy thing for little kids. And my son had me play that movie over and over and over and over and over again. I mean, as soon as it ended, let's watch it again. Let's watch it.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I did one whole day of The
You're
Brave Little Toaster.
brainwashed.
Right.
Yeah, and I didn't toast for about 2 weeks. So
Yeah, you can't shake
Yeah.
it.
There's certain
Yeah.
nights I'm a brave little toaster. Anyway,
Joel. All righty.
on the
Moving right along
23rd.
in a positive. On the 23rd, Pete Burns, singer, songwriter, age 57. Pete Burns.
Pete Burns. Another one of those guys with the. It's got to be
English songwriter. You
English.
spin me round, round. Remember that song?
Yes.
I think that was that one.
Yeah. Okay. It's
Yeah.
like. All right. And
All righty.
Bobby V on the 24th. Bobby V was a singer, age 73. Now, Bobby V, he was, oh my God, that was a while back, if I remember right. That had to be the 60s for Bobby V, because yeah. Anyway,
Old Teen Idol, wasn't he?
yes, I believe so.
Take care of me, baby, and
Yeah,
Run to Him.
yeah,
The Golden Greats, right? Bobby V and the Golden Greats.
yeah, yeah. Like I say,
Okay.
it was a long time ago. A lot of these names, it's of course I'm not a young guy anyway, but back then I kind of remember some of those names, and and Bobby V. You gotta kind of confuse them with Bobby Vinton and a few of the other ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway,
The Polish
73.
Prince, Bobby Vinton.
All right.
Now, on the 30th, we go to Tammy Grimes, stage actress, age 82.
Tammy Grimes. Tammy Grimes. Stage actress. So she probably wasn't on television much. She was probably a Broadway.
Broadway
Oh.
stuff.
Wasn't she? She played on the Titanic. On the Titanic, the unsinkable Molly Brown.
Really?
Okay.
I think so. So.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Okay.
Spell the last name.
Well,
GR.
One more lap, ladies and
Grimes?
gentlemen. Hang in there.
Grimes, just the way it looked.
Yeah. She won 2 Academy Awards in her career. The first for originating the role of Molly Tobin in the musical The Unsinkable Molly Brown.
There you go.
Give that man a cigar.
Awesome.
Attaboy.
Way to go.
Okay.
Michael gets a
all right.
star on his forehead.
I knew we could
got a
count
couple
on you.
tonight.
I knew we could
Yeah,
count
okay.
on you. All right.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, we got a couple of long months coming up here. So why don't we go ahead and run off this last break? And then we'll come back and we'll do November, December. What do you think, What do you think, fellas?
Yep.
Sounds good to me.
All right, we'll do it. You're listening to Show Us, Don't Tell Us on the L&M Radio Network. We'll be back after this. We are back. Welcome back to L&M Radio Network and Show Us, Don't Tell Us. I'm Papa Bear, and of course we've got Skills and Mike. Welcome back, guys.
Hey.
Very good. And we're going for round 3 now here currently on the show from celebs from 2016 that unfortunately have met their demise. We have made it to the month of November. Now, November 3rd, K-Star, singer, age 94. There's one for you, Michael. K-Star.
K-Star.
Not a clue.
S-T-A-R.
Okay,
Yeah.
hang on here.
K-Star.
S-T-A-R.
Now, I don't know why that sounds familiar to me. But then again, 94 years old. I'm not a young guy, so, you know. But she passed away on the 3rd.
Right.
And she's a singer.
Kay Starr. Yeah, she was a jazz singer, and she was also on the Wheel of Fortune. How about that?
Really?
Yeah. Did not know
On
that.
the Wheel of
See
Fortune.
that? That's what's got here. Kay Starr, Wheel of Fortune.
Oh.
Let's see. Yep, U.S. jazz and pop singer, best known for the 1950s hit. I take that
50s.
back. I take that back. She did the song known, the hit Wheel of Fortune.
Ah,
Okay.
okay. All right.
Take that back. My
Yeah,
apologies.
It's kind of like a one-hit wonder, basically.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Now on the 7th, we have Janet Reno, Attorney General of the United States, 93 to 2001, age 78.
Janet Reno. She was the one that ordered the
Yep.
attack at Waco.
Yes, and she also
Yeah.
was the only one that actually stood up and took the blame for it.
And that attack at Waco, I believe, if my memory serves me right, that was roughly 1993, I believe.
Well, she
David
was working.
Koresh.
She was
Yes, it
working
was.
under Clinton, wasn't she?
Yep.
When
Well,
that happened.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
if you go back to that story, and of course everyone was upset. They were like, "Well, you didn't have to burn it down," but Koresh, believed he was God at that point, and they're not sure if he burned it down himself because they rammed the tank through there, if you remember.
I think what
All of a
happened.
sudden, it all caught fire, and
Yeah.
went up. But the whole compound was wood. Okay,
I-
it was a tinder box. But
I think what
she
happened
took
there.
the blame for it.
I think what happened there was along the same lines that was happening with Bundy's now. The only difference is that
Right.
they had a compound. He was educating them on the constitutional rights and giving them a proper education, and the government couldn't handle it because, well, you know how they are, right? Or do you?
No, they definitely had their own thought, but I knew at one time he was a little bit askew with his thinking because he believed at one point that he was God, and so
Well, yeah, but that's
it
come
kind of-
on.
Well, who knows if you believe what's reported? I mean,
That's-
we don't know that.
That's media. You know.
Well, he
Right.
was on video when he said that. Now, as for the rest of the stuff,
Yeah.
and I do remember that because I saw the video of it. But that was the one thing with him. But I believe that he was trying to, say that they were a free culture to do what they wanted, and in
Right.
doing that, I just think somewhere along the line it just all kind of went haywire and went sideways.
Right.
So
Okay.
anyway, moving right along.
Moving right along. Okay, on the 7th, Leonard Cohen, poet, songwriter, age 82.
Leonard Cohen. And I don't know
Leonard
why.
Cohen.
I get the impression that he's probably an orchestra type of songwriter or poet. And I don't know why I'd say that, but who knows? I could be wrong. I've been known to be wrong before.
Really?
He was a
What are the
Canadian
chances?
singer.
Pardon me?
He's a Canadian singer, songwriter, a musician. He was a poet, a novelist, and a painter.
Huh.
It
Wow.
explored religion and politics, isolation, sexuality, and personal relationships.
Hmm.
And that's all about I know. You Want It Darker was one of his songs,
Okay.
but that's about all I know about him.
All
okay.
right.
Next.
Alrighty, on the 11th, Robert Vaughn, actor, age 83. Now,
Ah,
a couple
the
of us
man
are
from U.N.C.L.E.
familiar with this guy. Man
Yes.
from U.N.C.L.E.
Yeah.
I it was like Robert Vaughn. I had to think about who that is, but yeah, Man from U.N.C.L.E. Good heavens!
Yeah. That was.
And that was what? That was mid-late 60s.
Yeah.
Man from
Yes. Yep.
'Cause
that
I remember I was a
1960s
punk.
series.
I was
Yeah.
a punk when that. Yeah.
And he did some other things too, but he was most well known for the Man from U.N.C.L.E. Yeah.
Right.
Well,
I could just picture him with his black slick back hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
he was also, in the fifth season of the series in the A-Team, The Magnificent Seven, The Bridget Raymond,
Yep.
Demon Seed, Bullet. How about that? Walter
Was
Chalmers.
that was James Coburn as well? What, right, with the 7?
Yeah, but if you go back to Bullet, had the best car chase ever. I swear
Yeah.
to God, that had the best car chase ever.
Yeah.
You know, also, if you go on in, the Sentinel, the A team, he portrayed the quiet, skittish gunman Lee in the Magnificent Seven. He did the Protectors, the Man from U.N.C.L.E. I mean, he did a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yep.
there you go.
Alrighty.
Number 13, Leon Russell, musician, songwriter, age 74.
Leon
Russell.
Russell. He's another one. It sounds like he might have been an orchestra type of guy. Like I said, it kind of rings a bell, but not quite.
Well, if you go on through, I believe he did. I don't know if he was the original person that did the song "Tightrope," but
Okay.
let me take a look here.
All right.
You got me on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
no, I'm almost positive.
We're in suspenders, I tell you.
yeah. Yeah, and they're holding us up. Anyway.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, the suspenders are holding us up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
He did do it too. You know, in New York City,
Double
had numerous hits of his own, including "Tightrope." Absolutely. What do you know?
Yeah, there you
And a
go.
song for you. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Mr. Tambourine Man by the Byrds, A Taste of Honey by Herb Alpert, Live
Oh,
With
wow.
Me by the Rolling Stones.
So
see?
you wrote
And,
all those, huh?
Yeah,
Good songwriter. All
Yeah,
right.
Okay.
Well, now we go to the 14th, Gwen Ifill, journalist for Washington Week and PBS NewsHour on PBS, age 61.
All right.
That's Gwen Ifill.
Gwen Ifill, yeah, that pretty much says it all right there. Washington Week and PBS NewsHour.
Yeah, I'd say so.
On the
There you go.
15th, Holly Dunn, singer and songwriter, at the age of 59.
Now, what did she do?
Holly Dunn.
Holly Dunn?
Yeah.
D-U-N-N.
Well, between 1985 and 1988, Warner Brothers Records. That's who she. You know, You Really Had Me Going. Love Someone Like Me. Daddy's Hands.
Huh.
You know, so she's been around. She's country music.
Country.
So-
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. I got another one on the 15th. Mose Allison, a pianist, singer, songwriter, at age 89. Unreal.
See who that was.
Mose Allison. You know,
I want to say that was jazz. Matter of fact, I think he was from down here. Why don't
Really?
Hang on a second. Let me get on.
down in your
Wikipedia.
neck of the woods.
Whoops. Yes, hang on a second here.
Sure.
Yeah, I believe so. Let's see. From Hilton Head Island, South Carolina.
Yep. Hilton Head. There you go.
There you go.
Jazz. Absolutely. Here we go. Jazz blues. There you go. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Played with Al Khan, Stan Getz, Zoot Sims. How about that name? Woo! And he also, recording songs among them with Pete Townsend from The Who.
Really?
Private Leads. Yep. John. Let's see who else. Bonnie Raitt. Also included songs with Leon Russell. How about that?
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Let's see. He also did. Check this out. Allison's personal profile was limited. His music, nonetheless, had an important influence on other people such as Tom Waits, Jimi Hendrix, the Yardbirds, the Rolling Stones, Pete Townsend. He was introduced to the Long Island Music Hall of Fame in 2006.
Oh,
There you go.
okay.
Okay.
Now on the 18th, we have Sharon Jones, American soul and funk singer, age 60.
Yeah.
Not a clue.
Sharon Jones.
All right. So, yeah, we've got. Oh, we're not doing too bad. We're about halfway through this month. Not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a beating.
Pardon me?
Kind of a beating this month.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
On the 24th, we lost.
like 5 more to go.
On the 24th, we lost
Florence
Florence Henderson. And
Ah,
who doesn't know Florence Henderson? My goodness.
yeah, everybody does.
I mean, come on. She was America's mom there for a while, right?
Right?
Absolutely.
Brady Bunch, baby.
82 years old. And she did the Brady Bunch from 69 to 74.
Yep.
It was only 5 years. You know, for a show that plays a lot, you wouldn't think it only ran 5 years.
So she did a lot of Disney stuff too.
Yes, she did. Yep.
So
Yeah.
she did a lot. She did a lot of Disney stuff. So
Yeah.
you know, she's well known, and she was funny. You know, she had good sense of humor.
Yeah. All right. Fidel Castro died on the 25th.
If you
And-
don't know him, I don't know what to tell you.
90 years old. I'm not even going to. We don't even need to go there. Everybody knows Fidel Castro.
We could just say Cubana cigars.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the Cuban cigars. Yeah. On the same day, Ron Glass. Ron Glass from Barney Miller, right?
Ron Glass.
Oh, yeah.
Now that takes
Barney
you right
Miller.
on back. Barney Miller. There you
Yeah.
go.
He was
Yeah,
70.
like I
Right
said,
back.
we lost Abe Vigoda and then Ron Glass.
Yeah, 71 years old. My goodness. On the 26th, we lost Fritz Weaver, who was an actor at age 90. Now, Fritz Weaver, I mean, the only one I remember is Charlie. Remember Charlie Weaver?
Yep.
Hollywood
Yep.
Squares, you'd see him on a lot.
Yep.
I mean, he was a
Yep.
little.
Charlie Weaver. Yep.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Think of the Thomas Crown affair and the
Okay.
Marathon Man.
Okay. All right. Anyway. On the 28th again, another one, Jim Delegati, McDonald's franchisee. He created the Big Mac. And he was 98
Wow.
years old. On the 30th, Keo Wolford, who was an actor at the age of 49. 49. Wow. On the 30th, Grant Tinker. He was the chairman and CEO of NBC from 81 to 86. He died at the age of 90. So that wraps up November.
Yeah, December, you have a list as long as your arm.
Oh my goodness, December. We lost a lot of people in December. Get ready. This is going to finish us off right here. On the 3rd, we lost 2 of them on the 3rd. We lost Don Calfa, who was an actor at the age of 76. I'm really not familiar. Billy Chapin, who was also an actor at the age of 72. Let's move right along, okay? On the 5th, we had
No.
Rashaan Salam. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, on the 5th. Now, I don't know, Michael. I'm trying to recall this guy. Rashaan Salam, former Bears running back and Heisman Trophy winner.
Yes.
At 42.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, if you go on back and you look at Rashaan Salam, he was part of the Colorado Buffaloes. And that was part of the national champion.
Oh. Okay.
Hang on.
Yeah, 42 years old.
I
And
don't recall him, 42.
Yeah. Heisman Trophy winner. See, yeah, Bears. Anyway, let's, next.
Number 7, huge man,
On the
Greg Lake,
7th, Greg Lake.
ELP, age 69. Huge.
He's another one who didn't quite make it up in the 70s.
Well, and then everybody had a chance. If they don't recall a whole lot about him, I mean, as we went through Christmas,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Emerson, Lake, and Palmer is what he was with there.
So yeah, we lost Keith and Greg in the same year.
Yeah. Yep. Go ahead.
All right, number on the 8th, Joseph Mascolo, actor, age 87. You got me on that one.
Joseph
Oh,
Mascolo.
hang on. That name.
Mascolo.
Otherwise, the next one's huge.
Yeah, he is.
Huge.
You know, well, that's the thing. We don't have to do a whole lot on the next one. That's for sure. A lot of these people know, you know, but the ones we're not familiar with, those are the ones we're digging up here. Joseph Mascolo.
Yep,
weird.
Joseph Peter Mascolo was an American musician and dramatic actor. And let's go through. And my God, you know who he looks like? Is a little bit like Burt Reynolds.
Really?
But he was on Days of Our Lives.
No.
Okay.
Yep. Days of Our Lives.
All right. Breaking up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jaws 2, The Spook Who Sat by the Door, Sharky's Machine. Yeah, I remember him from Sharky's Machine.
Okay.
So, and of course, Days of Our Lives. So, General Hospital, Santa Barbara, Where the Heart Is, From These Roots. And he did a couple of appearances on All in the Family.
Oh, okay.
And the Rockford Files. Yeah, okay.
All right. Next one on the 8th is John.
Now.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Man.
Oh, next one on the 8th is John Glenn. John Glenn was the World War II and Korean War fighter pilot, Marine colonel, and NASA astronaut. Also a senator from Ohio from 74 to 99. 95 years old.
I drive it every day. They call it John Glenn, pretty much John Glenn Highway, that goes right past NASA here in Cleveland.
Yeah.
John Glenn Highway, man. Oh yeah.
And he was by Hopkins Airport.
Yeah,
right
Cleveland Hopkins. Yep. And he was one of the oldest astronauts to go back up in space, and they put him through a battery of tests to make sure that he was physically capable of going back up there. And he says, I want to do it. And he went through it, man, and there he was. He did it, man. I think he was 78, off the top of my head. I think 78 at the time when he his last mission went, you know. No, that's a diehard guy.
No,
Right.
you know, and you gotta, you know, what a wonderful thing to probably experience is actually being up there and taking a look at our wonderful world. You know,
It's not flat. I'll let Papa comment.
No. Don't let me comment on that, okay?
We're not going to fall off the edge anywhere. But
I removed a parrot
imagine
from my
being
friends
up here,
list today. So
You know how peaceful and you know that must have just been just an incredible sight. You know, that's something else. That's one thing I've always envied is just being able to look at it from afar and say, "Wow."
yeah, I unfriended someone on
deep
Facebook
thought.
today. I unfriended someone on Facebook today because of this flat Earth thing, okay? And I don't mind talking with critical thinkers, but parrots, I'm all set. I am all set. You know, I mean, if you're going to use your brain, use your brain. All right. Anyway, I'm done with my little soapbox rant.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wait a minute here. Before we move on, I gotta ask a question.
If you want to lower your IQ,
or anti-fat?
listen. If you want to lower your IQ, get a Facebook account, okay?
Yeah, right.
So, end of story. All right, moving right along.
Okay.
On the 12th, we lost Jim Lowe, who was a singer at the age of 93. Another one of them old-time guys. All right. Alan Thicke, we lost on the 13th. Everybody knows Alan Thicke, right?
Absolutely.
Thick of the Night.
Same age as my dad.
Yeah. Yep.
Many sitcoms and appearances on there. Great sense of humor, and just different things that he did too.
He was another one of those dad guys, you know. That's what he was.
Yep.
Anyway,
Dad,
we keep
Then,
losing.
on the 14th, Bernard Fox, an actor, age 89.
Bernard Fox. All right.
I do.
I don't think we ought to spend a whole lot of time with these people. On the
Don't
15th.
you know who Bernard Fox was?
No.
I want you to think about Hogan's Heroes. It just hit me.
Okay.
Bernard Fox. Remember Colonel Crittenden?
Crittenden.
Yes, he always played the British guy that was higher ranking than Colonel Hogan himself. So he always ended up, kind of bobbling things, and Hogan always had to go behind his back and do stuff to fix it before he made a mess of everything.
Okay. Sounds about right.
He was Dr. Bombay in Bewitched.
Oh, Dr. Bombay. Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Bombay.
Colonel Crittenden in Hogan's Heroes.
Yep,
And-
okay.
and that's how I remember him.
My Mother's a Car, if you remember that one.
Yeah.
Way back.
Yes.
Jerry Van Dyke. Yeah. Anyway. On the 14th, Bernard Fox, actor at the age of 89.
Yeah.
Another one of those, unknown. 15, Craig Sager, who was a sports reporter at the age of 65. 18, on the 18th, Zsa Zsa Gabor. Everyone knows Zsa Zsa, right? She had a twin.
Last time she was
Go ahead.
Eva.
Eva Gabor was her
E-
her sister.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
They were
And
twins.
Eva was Green Acres. But Zsa
Yes.
Zsa got locked up.
What,
Do you
for
remember?
slapping the police officer?
Right,
Yes.
yeah, exactly. She was 99 years old. Hungarian. Anyway, on the 18th, the same day, Gordy Tapp, who was an entertainer at the age of 94. On the, let's see, we've still got quite a list going on here.
On the 20th, Michelle Morgan, French actress, age 96.
Well, Gordy Tapp, in case to bring back thing, Hee Haw.
Hee Haw.
Hee Haw?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
All right. Yep. Gotcha. 94 years old. Okay. We already did Morgan, right, on the 20th.
Yep.
24th, Rick Parfitt, musician and songwriter, age 68.
I don't know who that is.
All right.
Well, it's not going to get any better. To
No.
24th, Liz Smith, actress, age 95.
And,
Well, that name kind of rings a bell.
and also on
Let
the
me-
same
let me see.
date was Richard Adams, who was an author at the age of 96.
Wait a minute, I'm going to go back here
lost-
because Liz Smith rings a bell.
3
All
on the 24th, 3 on the 25th,
Other-
3 on the
otherwise,
26th.
Otherwise, a somewhat of a big one's popping up next on the 25th.
Yeah. Yep. About Liz Smith at 95. My goodness. It's good to see a lot of people living into their 90s. That's a good thing.
Right.
That's,
The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Wow.
And the Pink Panther Strikes Again. Okay.
Peter Sellers.
Yeah.
Peter Sellers. Was something else. Yeah, that's.
Does your dog
that's-
bite? No,
Yes.
that's not my dog.
Yeah.
Kato? Where are you?
The
Yeah.
Milky. You're the Milky. Peter Sellers.
Yep, Curse of the Pink Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did,
Yeah.
she did a bunch of stuff like that. Unbelievable.
All right, now
Here
here's
comes,
a rough one. I mean, granted, what it is what it is. But George Michael, age 53.
George Michael.
Yes.
His partner said he tried to commit suicide several times before
Really.
with overdoses and such, and didn't work out. So, I don't know. Also said he spent the night in his car that night. The night that George died. So it's yeah, it's one of those things. Anyway, George, yeah, that was a big deal. That's all over everywhere.
Yeah.
On the 25th, Vera Rubin, astronomer, age 89.
Vera Rubin. Okay. Not a club.
On the 25th, Alphonse Mouzon, musician, age 68. Mouzon.
Alphonse Mouzon.
Musician. I wonder, never heard of him, man.
Really?
All right, I had to go back and check on Vera. Vera Cooper Rubin was an American astronomer who pioneered work on galaxy rotational rates. She uncovered the discrepancy between the predicted angular motion of galaxies and observed motion, and studied galactic rotational curves. So that's that went right up over my head, but I have a feeling it has to do with it.
Has something to do with the curvature of the Earth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like that dome. It's not that dome. It's the whole Earth, the whole globe. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
never. Anyway.
She also did the groundbreaking discovery or help with the evidence of dark matter. Okay.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Wonderful.
Now on the 26th, Ricky Lopez, actor, age 54.
Ricky Lopez. Yeah, Ricky Lopez. It does sound awful familiar. I'm not sure why.
There's a few Lopez's. Well,
yeah. There's a lot of Lopez. So maybe that's why it sounds familiar. Lopez.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah,
but
starts with an L, ends in a Z. Yeah, right.
Yeah, but 54 years old. That's still young.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm in a wait line on that around the corner.
Right. Did you get anything on Ricky Lopez?
No, I know that there's.
It's R-I-C-K-E-Y.
E-Y.
No, E-Y. R-I-C-K-E-Y. Rick E. Lopez. So, spelling accounts for a lot. It's kind of like if you are a. What would your job description be if you were a shepherd? It would be, I heard you. Yeah. I heard you. Oh, you're a shepherd, huh? Yeah.
Did you say shepherd or shump?
Yeah. See, that's what the legal system does to you too. It's all wordplay.
He was an actor in the movie SWAT, and also in The Next Best Thing and Getting There.
Okay. We lost 3 people on the 26th. Goodness. We lost another Ricky too. So Ricky Harris, at the same age. Goodness. This one was spelled without the E. But yeah, it's like they were born or died on the same day. Well, they died on the same day, but were the same age. How's that?
Ricky Harris. Hang on. That one sounds...
Yeah.
He was a comedian too, I believe.
Vaguely familiar. It says he was an actor. He could have been a comedian, yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was a comedian, but I could be wrong. Yin Yang comedic career, raunchy stand-up comic on one end, and then he was on then he was on sitcoms. The Def Comedy Jam.
Okay, that's stand-up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's live audience stand-up. Yeah. All right. And the third one on the 26th was George S. Irving, who was also an actor, who was 94. As George Irving. There's a lot of these people, you know them by name or you know them by face, you know what I mean? And the name just doesn't doesn't quite get it. It does for a bunch of people. My mother, oh my God, you mentioned the name of my mother. She'll tell you who they were married to, their family
Just like
members,
my
and all
mom.
that.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, my mom,
crazy,
same way. Same way, man.
crazy, just nuts over the television. I couldn't do that. I mean, I haven't watched television in a long time. I don't even watch Netflix.
He doesn't even look familiar. I just looked him up. He doesn't even look familiar.
Yeah, all right.
Now,
Okay.
Papa, the 27th. Big.
Carrie Fisher,
Yeah, Carrie
only
Fisher.
60 years old. Carrie Fisher. She didn't do a lot of stuff, but she was in the right family. You know, with Eddie
Well, she
Fisher,
did Star Wars.
Eddie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds, and
Yeah.
you know, it was
Debbie Reynolds was the mother. Yeah.
yeah, and the day after, and Carrie was
Yeah.
60 and Debbie was 84, believe it or not.
So she was 24
And-
years old when she had her. Yeah.
Yeah, and since Debbie was next on the list, you know, we'll go ahead and you know, had to bring her in there, you know, but yeah, I watched. Somebody posted in Facebook one of the skits from Saturday Night Live with Carrie Fisher. It was the beach scene, you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh boy, let's see what this is all about. And then I started looking at the cast, and it's like the best cast Saturday Night Live ever had. Lorraine Newman, Gilda Radner, you know,
Oh yeah.
Chevy Chase, Bill Murray. I mean, the classic cast. They were all there. It was wonderful. It was awesome.
Morris.
Garrett Morris, yeah. Dan Aykroyd. All the good ones. All the
John
good ones.
Belushi.
Jane Curtin, yeah.
Jane
Yeah.
Curtin.
Yeah. And last but certainly not least, William Christopher, who was MASH. He was on MASH, right?
Yes.
84 years
Yep,
old.
yep.
Same age as Debbie Reynolds.
No, I'm trying to recall. Was he like the Sarge?
No, he was
No,
the chaplain.
He was the preacher. Yeah,
Yes.
the
Okay.
chaplain.
Okay.
Yeah, Father
Okay, with the
Mulcahy.
round glasses. With the
Father
round glasses.
Mulcahy, yeah.
Father McCahey. Absolutely.
See, yeah, I wasn't into MASH, but yeah.
Oh,
One of
man.
the people in the chat room brought that up.
I was
Alan
into
Alda,
MASH pretty good.
all of them. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, MASH was really
I
Absolutely.
wasn't a MASH guy.
good. Oh,
Going back, thinking
I,
of
you know,
Homer and everything like that.
what attracted me to MASH was the humor, because it's intellectual humor, you know. And
It dry humor.
well,
It was a very
yeah, but you kind of had to think about it, okay? Now, also, I wanted to mention that, well, I think we got pretty much everybody, right? Dan Haggerty, you know, all of them. All the popular ones we pretty much got. Dave Mirra, we didn't mention, but Dave Mirra was 41. He was a BMX racing bike racer, and he held the most career medals in the X Games, and he hosted MTV's Real World Road Rules Challenge. And we lost him in February 4th. Okay. And I wanted to mention that one too, because some of these guys are just not remembered, you know. George Gaines was on Police Academy.
yes.
He was also in Tootsie. He was 89. He was on Punky Brewster. But he was 89, and we lost him on the 15th. But I wanted to mention just a few more that I'd seen in here, you know. We already mentioned Harper Lee, right? And Umberto Eco was 84. He was the Italian author. He wrote The Name of the Rose. And we lost him on February 19th. Let's see, Tony Burton, who played Apollo Creed's boxing trainer. We lost him the February 25th. Also, there was Lee Rarman, who was 49. He was an Ivy League football star. and he was on American Gladiator. American Gladiators.
Yep, I remember that.
We lost him on March 1st. Pat Conroy was the author of The Great Santini and The Prince of Tides. Okay.
Wow.
We lost him on March 4th. He was 70 years old. I think the rest of them we already got. There was Bob Ebeling, who was a booster rocket engineer for the Challenger.
Wow.
And yeah, he spent decades filled with guilt over not stopping the explosion. We lost him on March 21st.
1986.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the, as a matter of fact,
Resnick.
going back there, and you saw that, and it turned out to be a faulty O-ring.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, something that leaked out where the fuel was, and it froze it, and it didn't expand the way it was supposed to, and
Right.
it seeped
Peeled
through,
it.
blew it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim Harrison was 78. He was a fiction writer and poet. He wrote Legends of the Fall, and we lost him. We lost him on March 26th. Okay, just but we talked about Eric Bowersfield, 93. He was in Star Wars. He was the one that made.
Wow.
He was the one that made It's a Trap into one of the. It was a pretty good role, But yeah, he was an alien in Star Wars. We lost him April 3rd. David Jest, I think it is, 62. He was a movie producer and reality TV star. He was Liza Minnelli's husband. And
really?
Yeah, and he died on April 12th. Yep. And let's see, Liza's gone now too, right?
Yes.
I remember hearing her fall out of bed at one point. Les Wass, 94. He was the advertising legend behind the Mr. Softy jingle, heard on all the ice cream trucks. Imagine.
Oh.
Yeah, right. Michelle McNamara was the founder of the website True Crime Diary. She was married to a comedian named Patton Oswalt. We lost her on the 21st of April.
Liza Minnelli was born 1946, and no, she's around.
Yeah. Isabelle Denoir was 49. She was a French woman who received the first world's partial face transplant. And
wow.
We lost her on April 22nd. Okay. And Papa Wemba was 66. He was known as the king of the Congolese rumba.
Yeah, didn't we lose Baba Booey or whatever off of Stern's show? Papa Booey, right?
Baba Booey was the one dude. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, he passed.
Right.
Really?
And Billy Paul.
Yes.
Billy Paul wrote Me and Mrs. Jones and Philadelphia Soul. He was 80. And we lost him April 24th. Right? And remember Tupac Shakur?
Yes.
His mother, 69, she passed away on May 2nd.
Wow.
Yeah. Jane Little, 87 years old, just a little under 5 feet tall. She played a double bass for 71 consecutive years. And she held the Guinness World Record as the world's longest surviving symphony player. We lost her on May 15th. Goodness. I've got a cough here and I'm going to make a whole lot of noise. But anyway, Guy Clark, 74, Texas singer-songwriter. He wrote L.A. Freeway, Desperados Waiting for a Train. We lost him on May 17th. And Nick Menza, 51, the former drummer for Megadeth. We lost him on May 21st.
How old?
Muhammad Ali, we didn't mention. Did we
Oh, no,
mention
we
Ali?
did.
We did?
Yes, we
Yeah, we mentioned
We
that.
did, okay. Kimbo Slice was another one that, of course, nobody knows.
Yeah,
But
he's a UFC fighter, or was a UFC fighder,
MMA.
I believe.
MMA.
Yeah,
He was
MMA, thank you.
Yep, 42 years old. He
Unbelievable.
died of.
Yeah.
Yep, he died on June 6th. He was 42. Young guy. Very young guy. Teresa Saldana, 61. She was in The Raging Bull. And the Commish. Remember the Commish's wife?
Wow.
Yeah, lost her on June 6th. Gordie Howe, known as Mr. Hockey. I think we talked about him, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, oh my goodness. Let's see, Anton Yelchin, 27 years old. He played Chekhov in the new Star Trek films.
Wow.
We lost him on June 19th. Ralph Stanley, 89. He wrote "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" He's a bluegrass musician.
We covered that one. Yep.
We covered him,
went to
yeah.
that one.
Yeah, we covered Bernie Worrell, too. He was the Wizard of Woo,
Mhm.
72
Yep.
years old. Bill Cunningham was a photographer for decades for the New Yorkers. 87 years old. New York Times. We lost him on June 25th. Oh my goodness. We mentioned Buddy Ryan, right?
Yep.
Scotty Moore. We mentioned him. He was 84. He was a guitarist best known for backing Elvis. Okay.
Huh.
His original, yeah, he was. I remember the original band actually. He died on June 28th. Goodness. Excuse me. Let's see. Weissel we did. Seminole we did. Noel Neal. Noel Neal was the first Lois Lane. She was 95 years old, and she did the 1948 movie Superman alongside Kirk Allen. She died on July 3rd. I'm digging up more, huh? Unreal, huh? The Reverend Tim LaHaye, and co-author of Left Behind series. We lost him on July 25th. Miss Cleo was clairvoyant, right? Jamaican psychic. Okay, we lost her on July 26th. We talked about David Huddleston, right? The Big Lebowski and Santa Claus.
Yes.
Yeah, and we lost him in a second. Yeah. Let's see. Barry Jenner, 75, is the Star Trek Deep Space Nine. He was the admiral on Dark. Yeah, and we lost him on August 8th. He was 75 years old. Kenny Baker, who was R2-D2 in Star Wars, he was 81. Now, he was a midget, of course, right? And we lost him. Let's see. Lou Pearlman. Did we mention Lou Pearlman?
No, we did not.
Lou Pearlman, 62. He launched the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. He was later
Yes.
he was sentenced to prison for a $300 million Ponzi and bank fraud scheme. We lost him on August 19th. Matt Roberts,
Wow.
the guitarist and founding member of Three Doors Down, right? We lost him on August 20th. And I'm not sure how old he was. Toots Thiemanns, 94, Belgian harmonica player. But he played with Miles Davis, and talk about a long time ago, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Davis,
Yep. Let's see, Sonia Reichel, the 86, French designer, dubbed the Queen of Knitwear. What she did was she put people into knitted clothes instead of the stuffy suits. Let's see. Juan Gabriel. Goodness. I'm trying to think. Let's see. Phyllis Schlafly was 92. She was an activist who helped defeat the Equal Rights Amendment in the 1970s. And she founded the Eagle Forum political group.
Wow.
Lady Chablis is 59, transgender performer, right? Who did Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil back in '94. She died on September 8th. Greta Zimmer Friedman. Remember that picture you see of when the war was over? You see the sailors, and this one sailor's got this girl bent over backwards kissing her in the street in the middle of Times Square.
Yep.
She's the one that was being kissed. She was the one that was being kissed. Yep.
Wow.
Alexis Arquette was a transgender actress, and she was 47. We lost her on September 11th. My goodness, I'm getting into a whole new list here, huh? W.P. Kinsella,
sounds like it.
81, Canadian novelist, who actually says he blended magical realism and baseball in the book that became the smash hit film Field of Dreams.
Oh, one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
That's a movie and a half right there.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. If you had a decent relationship with your father, you go ahead and watch that. You better break out a dish towel.
Yeah. Curtis Hanson was 71. He did L.A. Confidential and The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, and also 8 Mile, the Eminem. He died on September 20th. Shawty Lowe, or Carlos Walker, 40, an Atlanta rapper known by Shawty Lowe. Anyway, he was Rookie of the Year at 2008 Bet Hip Hop Awards. He died on September 21st. Let's see. I'm trying to get one that we haven't mentioned yet already. And some of these are really hard to pronounce. But anyway, Steve Dillon, 54. He was a comic book artist known for co-creating The Preacher and The Punisher, which were Marvel titles.
Yes, they also turned into movies.
Right.
And one of them was actually a ongoing show. I believe The Punisher was for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And goodness. Wow. I'm trying to find another one here that we haven't mentioned, but it looks to me like we've done them all. We did Grant Tinker, right? Did we do Grant Tinker from Hill Street Blues?
No.
Grant Tinker, 90 years old.
Okay.
90 years old. He was broadcasting legend and former NBC chairman, and he brought Hill Street Blues to television, is what it was. So,
Which
and
was the drama show, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. E.R. Braithwaite. He's 104 years old. He was a Guyanese author. He was a diplomat, and he taught in the slums in London's East End, and he inspired the bestseller. He inspired the bestseller To Sir with Love. He died on December 12th. Craig Sager was 65. He was a TNT sportscaster.
Yep, we covered that one. Yep.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. China Machado, 87 years old. She was the first non-white model to appear on the cover of a major fashion magazine. And goodness, I think we're getting right near the end of it. Richard Adams, who was the author of Watership Down in 72.
Wow.
Barbara Tarbuck, who was on General Hospital and American Horror Story Asylum. Oh, goodness. And that's it. That tops off the list. So
I'll tell you, it's a
that
long list.
it's a long list. You're absolutely right. And wow, it's crazy. Just crazy.
You think of all the talent that was lost. All the people affected. Ripple down effects and everything like that.
Right.
And then, this was just an extremely. It felt like a hard year all the way around for everybody.
Yeah, it did.
It was just a brutal year. It was one of those years you could go back and say, I don't know what it was about that year, but it was just heartbreaking and heart-wrenching. And maybe that's because of everything else that's been going on out there too. But it just seemed like such a tough year for everybody. And,
Yeah, well,
I'm hoping 2017 is a little better. Let's hope. We can only get better from there.
that's true. Yeah. I mean, and we're just talking about celebrity deaths. We didn't even recap the news that was done in 2016. But that's a whole different show, believe me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've only got a few more minutes here, and then we're going to be wrapping up. But yeah, we kind of timed that just about right because of so many people that we lost last year, and we still missed some that we didn't know exactly who they were. Couldn't get any information on, but that's okay. We did well, gentlemen. I commend you. Thank you for your research.
Well,
That was fun.
Well, yeah.
Michael did most of the on-the-fly research here during this broadcast.
Yeah, you're
He
right.
gets some
And
kudos.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, Mike. I'm glad you did. Cause,
Yeah, I pulled a couple out of my old brain that were roaming around in there. But I'll tell you what, it was fun, and I love doing the research. It's a good learning experience, and it gives you appreciation of the different things that people did during your lifetime.
right.
And
And that's what I think I like most about this show, is that we don't just sit here and babble on and on about nothing. We actually bring some knowledge to the group, to the people, and that's what we strive to do. Even if it's past knowledge on this one here, but it's kind of good to look back at, and someone could say, "Wow, geez, I didn't know that one went," or I thought they went before this, And I don't know, maybe it's the Mandela effect, somewhere already went, but they're going again.
And there it is.
We have a second chance to say goodbye. Yeah. But this is great. This is wonderful. You guys, it's always easier doing a show when you're not doing it alone. That's for sure. And when you have a talent like you two guys here, that makes it that much easier. But you knew that. I'm not telling you anything you didn't know.
We just successfully, indeed, move along in a positive fashion.
Absolutely.
That's what we do here.
All right.
So it's not like you're going to log into the show and you're going to be drained. Oh, good heavens, I need a nap because I just logged into the vacuum cleaner of emotions.
Yeah. Exactly.
You're out of here. It's
Yeah.
like, I got to go take a nap. I can't watch this show.
Yeah.
Or listen to it.
I can't listen to
Same
it.
song.
It's going to put me to sleep. Maybe I'll just sit and listen to it, and in 5 minutes I'll be asleep anyway.
Right. Well, the epitome for sleep deprivation. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, the good thing is that with three different people on here, and it's funny. Barry's a baseball man and everything like that, and Ira gets on. He's got his knowledge. Papa, you have yours, and I love of course Barry and I share the music thing. I love jazz, blues, stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah.
huge Stevie Ray Vaughan fan, and of course different things like that. So
You guys are music and
I love it.
sports. You guys are all about music and sports, and it's awesome. I'm the legal guy, I'm the kind of the law guy, and but anyway, it all works out. All right, let's see. We've got about 4 minutes down here. Mike, how are we going to stop the 22 a day?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Like I said, I'm not part of the group, but I'll tell you what. I believe in what they do. They work real hard and they try to make a difference. And there's a lot of good pages out there. If you're suffering with PTSD, anxiety, depression, or something else, please log on to the page. They do good work there. Okay, nobody wants to see you get hurt. Nobody wants to see you take your own life. I suffer with it myself, so I know from what I'm talking about. Please go and get help. Please talk to somebody. You can always find me on Facebook too. Um, don't suffer alone. Let's talk about it, and we'll listen. And it's
Well,
just that simple.
well, Michael, I hope I don't catch you flat-footed, but is there a number offhand that they can call when they're in that pinch?
Actually, if you go to there, what you're seeing now on most of the page says there's a general suicide hotline number, which I don't have in front of me right now. But if you simply log on to Facebook and go to Stop the 22 a Day, go to Formation 22, go to 22 No More, go to pretty much anything that you type in 22 is going to take you to a page that can help you get help or get the resources that you need. Not to mention that the VA, all the VA facilities are listed in there. And I know a lot of people don't have a lot of faith in the VAs right now, but I will tell you, William Jennings Dorn VA down here is doing a phenomenal job. They've really turned it around. I'm very proud of our VA. I really am. And I trust my life with them. So,
Suicide hotline, hold please.
Yeah. Well, it's very serious because my son's one of his buddies, my oldest son, his friend, about 2 months ago. Yep. No good.
All right. Anything you want to put in here as skills before I close up?
No, that's it, man. Everybody, thank you for watching, and have a fantastic week. Make sure you have a fantastic week. Not like I'm telling you what to do, but have a fantastic week. And always have a decent, uplifting approach to anybody you deal with, who you contact with on a continuous and regular basis. And always remain positive. Be realistic with optimistic overtones, such as I do. If not better than that, you're on your own.
All right, good enough. Thank you for listening to Show Us, Don't Tell Us on the L&M Radio Network. Head over to the website, chat and listen. You know how it goes. If you can spring it, give us a little donation, help keep us on the air. We thank you all for listening. You have a wonderful evening and a happy new year. And take care, folks.